Park on the campus of Upper Cape Technical High School for tonight's matchup between the Yarmouth Dennis Red Sox and your Bourne Braves and Boys and Girls Club of Cape Cod Night. Introducing first the starting lineup for the visiting YD Red Sox. Batting first, the center fielder from Gonzaga, number 3, Enzo Apodaca. Batting second, the catcher from Cal Poly State University, number 7, Ryan Stafford. Batting third, the left fielder from Vanderbilt, number 9, R.J. Austin. Batting fourth, the right fielder from Stanford University, number 15, Braden Montgomery. Batting fifth, the designated hitter from Mississippi State University, number 44, Hunter Hines. Batting sixth, the second baseman from Kansas State University, number 10, Brady Day. Batting seventh, the first baseman from University of California, Santa Barbara, number 12, Xander Darby. Batting eighth, the shortstop from University of Southern California, number 6, Ryan Jackson. Batting ninth, the third baseman from San Jose State University, number 11, Theo Hardy. Starting pitcher for the YD Red Sox tonight, number 40, from the University of California, Irvine, Finnegan Wall. Field manager for the Red Sox is Scott Pickler. The Bourne Braves, the YD Red Sox, the Cape Cod Baseball League, and the NCAA promote good sportsmanship by student-athletes, coaches, and spectators. We request your cooperation and positive support of the participants and officials. Profanity, racial, or sexist comments or other intimidating actions directed at officials, student-athletes, coaches, or team representatives will not be tolerated and are grounds for removal from this ballpark.
YD and Bourne for the final time in the 2023 regular season, and it comes your way from the beautiful confines of Dorn Park. Good evening, everybody, and happy Friday. That's Matt Scalzo. I'm Cam Manna. Redshirt Friday here on the Cape, and the Braves looking to get red hot, but Matt, they'll have to do it with the righty out of Vanderbilt, Bryce Cunningham.
Yeah, you want to talk about getting red hot, and someone that throws a lot of heat is Bryce Cunningham. He's been the top starter on the mound for the Braves this season. Comes in with a 1.37 ERA. He's going to be making another start this summer, and he's got 22 strikeouts to just 5 walks. He's been really commanding the zone quite well, something that there were some signs of concerns when he's coming off his spring at Vanderbilt, but he's put those behind them, and he's putting together an all-star performance, or all-star summer for that matter, and he got rewarded with an all-star appearance over the weekend at Harwich. Had the final 2 outs there in the All-Star game, came in as a closer per se, but he's really had a lot of good stuff going. It'll be his 5th start of the summer. Bourne's going to lean on him a lot tonight.
And the final 5 games in the regular season here on the Cape. Bourne, Matt, we'll talk about the implications for them to get into the playoffs. A win for them here tonight and a Gateman loss against Hyannis. That's as simple as it gets for the Bravos to get into the 2023 playoffs.
Yeah, it's quite a simple recipe. Normally you see a whole lot of list of different outcomes but for Bourne. It does come down to that, and in the Cape League it is just 2 teams that miss out on it, so a lot of those outcomes become rather simple, and for Bourne it is win and a loss and you're in. And it's that simple for them, and it'll get easier if Bourne were to lose tonight and Wareham were to lose as well. Then you just look forward to tomorrow, and it's just like, well, you win and you're in. But tonight you want to get that first win, that first column to fall per se, and then you look forward to whatever Wareham does. But if they win as well, then you just get focused towards the next day, and that's tomorrow.
Matt and I will step away shortly, but more to talk about here on the pregame show. Ali Navarrete and Mojo Hill next before the Bravos.
Welcome on in to another edition of Before the Bravos. I'm Allie Navarrete alongside Mojo Hill as always. Back after the off day at Doran Park here. A tough matchup for the Braves. Last time we were here, Mojo, on Wednesday, a one-run loss to Katuitt, but I thought that was a well-fought game.
Yeah, it's just kind of been a lot of up and down with this team right now. You know, 1 second you think they have a big momentum driving victory, and then a tough loss. And it's just been a lot of up, a lot of down, and we're now in the final stretch of the regular season officially. You know, the next 6 days they'll play the final 6 games of the regular season, 3 at home, 3 on the road, and then it's into the playoffs. And they've pretty much secured a playoff spot. They have a chance to clinch tonight with a victory and a Wareham loss, but they're pretty much in the playoffs no matter what. At this point, it's just gaining some momentum going into the playoffs and securing that seeding.
Yeah. So the Braves looking to take down YD today. The last 2 meetings against the Red Sox, I think, have both been at Red Wilson Field, and the Braves fell in both of those. Got a win over the Red Sox a couple weeks ago here at Doran Park, but the fourth and final meeting between these teams, and YD, a very talented ball club, best in the East right now.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a tough team to beat, and they have Braden Montgomery batting cleanup today, a relatively new addition who I saw a bunch for Stanford in the Pac-12 season. He hit a ball about as far as I've ever seen a ball hit at Scottsdale Stadium in the Pac-12 baseball tournament. A two-way guy, super talented. They have Hunter Hines, who's been going off for them all year. So it's a tough lineup to face. But if there's anyone that can calm it down, it's Bryce Cunningham, 1.37 ERA so far this season, and he's just been really consistent. And even when he doesn't have his best stuff, he's still been commanding well and limiting the damage. And at times he has shown really impressive stuff. So I think he's just done a really good job overall, and he's probably the Braves' best option in the starting rotation right now.
Yeah, Bryce Cunningham, a 2023 All-Star with the Bravos, also an All-Star back in 2022. So he's been very impressive this season. Also impressive, though, is the defense that will be behind him today and some lineup changes there.
Yeah, you've got Eblin back in the leadoff spot. I don't hate it. He's got his OBP over 400, batting over 330. The most interesting thing that sticks out is Vastine playing second with JKG at short. It's interesting because that's the second straight time where they've kind of switched something up in the field with Chifreda in center the other day with Peterson playing left. But I think it's fine. You know, JKG has experience at short. I have confidence that he can hold the fort there, and Vastine's so athletic he can play anywhere in the infield. It is still a little peculiar because I think Vastine is so talented at short that I would want him there, but I guess Scott Lander's just trying some things out right now.
That he is. I think batting-wise also an important thing to note, Derek Bender back in the lineup today. He tweaked his hamstring in Game 1 of our doubleheader against Wareham, but he's back. He'll be DHing, and I think Coach Landers is happy to have him back. Obviously, he leads this league in batting average right now. I believe he's at 398, so very close to that 400 mark.
Yeah, he's absolute difference maker in this lineup. Anytime he's not in it, it feels like a little shallow as it starts to get down into the lineup. It's just so valuable to have Bender and Bodine right in the middle there, the Coastal Carolina guys who have slightly different strengths and weaknesses. I think Bender's more of a power guy, maybe more of a flashy player, but Bodine is just an on-base machine and switch-hitting catcher who's just so talented and has such a bright future. So, yeah, it should be pretty much back to full-strength lineup tonight.
Yeah, and you mentioned it earlier. I want to touch on it again, though. Some serious playoff implications here tonight. Bourne could officially clinch a playoff spot if Wareham loses. I believe the Gatemen are playing at McKeon Park against Hyannis, who's the hottest team on Cape Cod right now. So I think a real opportunity for Bryce Cunningham and the rest of the squad to get back in the win column, get Bourne to that playoff spot, and, put them in good shape. Like you said, final stretch of the regular season, just 6 games left.
Yeah, I think it's just super important to play well over these final 6 games. You don't want to go into the postseason scuffling.
Totally. We will take a quick step aside. When we come back, Cam and Matt will be on the call.
broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. O'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
In honor of the Boys and Girls Club of Cape Cod Night, Kevin Connolly, a baseball enthusiast from Mashpee, is throwing out the first pitch. He is being escorted by Austin Gray, who is the head counselor at the Boys and Girls Club of Cape Cod Summer Camp. Thank you, Kevin and Austin, and everyone who came out tonight from the Boys and Girls Club of Cape Cod.
We're all set for first pitch here from Dorn Park, the YD Red Sox and the Bourne Braves for the final time in 2023. We thank you for joining us on this beautiful Friday alongside Matt Scalzo. I'm Cam Manna. Matt, so much on the line here tonight. It's crunch time here on the Cape. Bourne looking to cement themselves into the playoffs. How do they get it done? We got to take a look at the West standings.
Yeah, you look at this West Division standings, and there's a lot to look at. Obviously, Cotuit's up at the top of that division, and then you also got Hyannis creeping up right behind them. They might make a push. There's been talks of will Hyannis be hot enough to reach Cotuit by the end of the regular season and catapult to that top spot. For Bourne, you're right neck and neck with Falmouth, and as Cam and I said, it's that switch up between 1 and 2 because Cotuit and Hyannis have both clinched, and then 3 and 4 with Falmouth and Bourne, and Wareham at the back of the pack as it stands right now, but you're into the stretch, as you said, Cam.
And there is Bryce Cunningham, the starter for tonight's matchup against YD. His 5th start on the summer for the Bravos, the righty out of Vanderbilt, and he's been special so far. The All-Star, 1-0, a 1.37 ERA, has pounded the strike zone, 22 strikeouts, to only 5 walks for Cunningham. He's been the guy for the Bravos, usually a Wednesday starter for the Braves, but got some time off after the All-Star game, and he'll get the ball here on Redshirt Friday. And here's the lineup that he'll face for the YD Red Sox. Enzo Apodaca will bat first. He'll play center field. Ryan Stafford, he'll bat second and do the catching. R.J. Austin, their star player, batting .341. He'll bat third and play left. Braden Montgomery out of Stanford, he'll do the cleanup hitting and play right field. Hunter Hines, he'll bat 5th and DH. Brady Day will bat 6th and play second base. Xander Darby will bat 7th and play first. Ryan Jackson, he's in the 8th spot playing shortstop. And Theo Hardy bats 9th, and he'll play third base. Beautiful weather here from Dorn Park. It's the perfect day to kick off your weekend. 84 and sunny here in Bourne. Apodaca set, Cunningham set, and we're underway from Dorn Park, a first pitch strike. League-wide on the Cape, the home teams wear those red uniforms. Bourne in those tonight. 0-1 pitch, back in the zone and back down Broadway for Cunningham, 0-2. Apodaca out of Gonzaga, batting .288, has 4 doubles on his summer. Cunningham looking for punch out number 1. Here's the pitch. This one foul tipped. The 4th and final meeting between these two teams, the 2nd from Dorn Park. Bourne took the 1st. That was way back in June. And the 2 meetings at YD, both in favor of the Red Sox. Here's the 0-2 pitch once again. This one skied out towards deep right field. Dig shading over towards the gap, now sprinting towards the warning track. He'll make the catch. Out number 1 here in the top of the 1st, and we'll take a look at that Bravos defense. We'll start in the outfield from left to right. It's Sam Peterson in left. Gage Harrelson has the duties in center, and that was Kendall Diggs with that play in right. And from 3rd to 1st in the infield, some changes. Bryce Eblin at the hot corner. Josh Crota-Grauer at shortstop. Jonathan Vastine, he'll play 2nd. Garrett Michelle at 1st, and Caden Bodine, the battery with Bryce Cunningham. First pitch to Ryan Stafford, a wave and a miss. Matt, that's a big change there with JKG and Vastine. That switch up. Vastine's been that everyday shortstop. 0-1 pitch, big cut and miss.
Yeah, it's definitely a little bit of a change, but nothing major for either of these two guys. Scott Landers maybe trying to switch something up, maybe a little bit more of a trust thing.
0-2, 3 strikes, 3 swings, and punch out number 1 for Cunningham. 2 quick outs here in the top of the first for the righty.
Well, I think with the way Bryce has thrown so far, I don't know if you're going to get too worried about your defensive alignment because he is looking comfortable on the mound. A long, elongated rest period for him.
R.J. Austin, first pitch just going to miss. Austin out of Vanderbilt, teammates with Vastine, batting .341. What a summer for him so far. 9 ribbies. The 1-0 comes in, called strike. We've seen Austin play a lot of third base and shortstop against the Bravos in left field here tonight. There's the 1-1. Heater's low.
And as I was talking about for Cunningham, that long period of time since his last start, which was on the 19th against Orleans, 9 days off, only through 2/3 in the All-Star game.
2 1s outside.
It was the last 2 outs, and he struck both batters out. So now he's coming back in. He looks fresh, confident on the mound.
11 innings in those last 2 starts as well.
It's not surprising to see that R.J. Austin's the first one maybe to throw him off his rhythm, both of them college teammates.
3-1. This one a high fly ball, shallow left field. Peterson coming in. His hat comes off. He'll call everyone off, and he'll settle under it in a can of corn for out number 3. So a 1-2-3 in Cunningham's first inning of work here in his 5th start on the summer. He puts down YD in order. Bottom 1 coming up here from Dorn Park, and your first looks at the Brave Sticks. Bryce Cunningham goes 1-2-3 in the top of the first inning. We head to the bottom half here from Dorn Park, and a first look at the YD arm, the righty, Finnegan Wall. His 7th start of the summer at a University of California, Irvine. This is his 2nd start against the Bravos. Pitched against them back on July 7th. Went 5 innings, only 1 earned, 1 walk, and 6 Ks. He was dominant in a YD 4-3 victory, and he's been good so far this summer. The strikeout number's up there at 32. And here's the lineup that he'll face for the Bourne Braves. Bryce Eblin, he's going to lead off tonight and play third base. Jonathan Vastine, who we talked about, not in that one spot. He'll bat second and play second base. Derek Bender, the All-Star MVP, he's back in the order. He'll bat third and DH. Caden Bodine, his teammate at Coastal, bats fourth and does the catching. Kendall Diggs, he'll bat fifth and play right. Sam Peterson bats sixth. He'll play left. Garrett Michelle in the 7-hole. He'll play first. Josh Krotograuer bats eighth, plays shortstop, and Gage Harrelson rounds the lineup out, and he'll play center field.
The third baseman from the University
Bryce
of
Eblin,
Alabama,
a 9-game hit streak. He's been special for the Braves. His average now boosted above 330 for the infielder out of Alabama. Such a crucial part of this Bourne lineup and a leader on this team. We've talked about it all summer, a returner from a 2022 champ. Wall's first pitch, a wave and a miss from Eblin. 18 RBIs as well for Eblin. Has found his way, has been a single machine, only one extra base hit. The 0-1, called strike. Walls had the innings as well. Those strikeout numbers towards the top on the Cape for starting pitchers. His 0-2 pitch comes outside.
Yeah, and he's not going to overpower you, but he's deceivingly quick in terms of how he gets to the plate. It's a bit of an awkward windup that seems quicker than it actually is.
The 1-2. Swing and a miss from Eblin. Goes upstairs, up the ladder on the heater. First strikeout of the night for Wall, and there's one away. And we'll take a look at the infield outfield for YD. We start in the outfield from left to right. It's R.J. Austin, Enzo Apodaca will be in straightaway center. Braden Montgomery, he's in right. And then from third to first in the infield, Theo Hardy at the hot corner. Ryan Jackson at short, Brady Day at second, Xander Darby at first, and Ryan Stafford the battery with Wall. First pitch to Vastine comes in low.
And you see it with Wall's windup. He kind of tucks the ball behind him with his right hand.
1-0 pitch, called strike. And we've seen that with other guys. Derek Clark of Orleans does that as well. These deceptive pitchers, the numbers on the fastball velocity not always up there, but deceptive as well. 1-1's outside.
Yeah, you said it best. It's deceptively quick to the plate. You know, the velocity numbers aren't there, but it's just the movements that he has.
2-1 pitch, ground ball at short. Jackson picks it up on a hop across the diamond. It's in time. And two quick outs, for Finnegan Wall.
And that's the big MO for Finnegan Wall is, he likes to pitch to contact. Likes to let his defense make plays, and in this infield behind him, he clearly has a lot of trust in them all.
There's Derek Bender back in the lineup for the Braves. First pitch, the All-Star Game MVP. It's inside. Batting .398. We talked about it on the pregame. Bender was hurt in game number 1 of the doubleheader against the Gatemen back on Monday. 1-0 pitch, up and inside. The stats all there for Bender. A runner for Cape League MVP, 4 home runs, has 17 stolen bases. That's a Cape leading. 21 RBIs as well. 2-0 pitch, Bender, high drive towards center field. Apodaca going back towards the warning track. He'll make the catch. We've seen some defense so far from the outfielders, both for YD and Bourne to end the innings. No score after 1 here from Dorn Park. YD back to the sticks when we return on the Bourne Braves Broadcast Network. Beautiful music and beautiful weather here from Dorn Park to kick off your weekend. YD and the Braves. It's 2 teams. The East, it's the top team in the Red Sox. The Braves, a team right now that's trying to clinch themselves into the playoffs in the 4th spot in the West. Bryce Cunningham on the bump for his second inning of work. He'll face 4-5-6. Braden Montgomery out of Stanford, first guy he'll see. First pitch outside, 1-0. Montgomery batting .280, his 8th game of the summer. 1-0 pitch, outside. The meeting so far for these two teams, especially on the road, it was a pitcher's duel first time out, a 4-0 win for YD. Cunningham's 2-0, called strike. And then a 4-3 win for the Red Sox in comeback fashion, winning that game in extra innings. But the first one at Dorn Park back in June, it was a dominant 7-3 win for the Braves. 2-1 pitches outside to Bodine. Fixing up his gear behind home plate, 3 balls, 1 strike. Cunningham looking to work back. His pitch, fastball driven out towards center field. Harrelson going back towards left center. He'll make the basket catch in front of the wall. Out number 1.
That's a nice first out to begin that heart of the YD order with Montgomery, who is an outstanding two-way player, was exceptional in his first 2 seasons with Stanford, getting his second stint with YD. And now you move on to Hunter Hines and Brady Day, the next 2 up.
First pitch to Hines. This one's low. What a season it's been for Hines. The average has dipped, but 37 RBIs, Cape leading. 10 home runs. 1-0 pitch, in there for a strike. And early on, Hines was just blowing up the stat sheet. An early Cape League MVP frontrunner. 1-1 pitch in the zone. But now with the play of Cole Mathis and Derek Bender, who've hit for a lot more on the average side of things, tougher for Hines to make that push. 1-2 pitch, popped up out of play. And I always wonder, for MVP awards, especially for these hitters, what matters the most? And a lot of times it's that balance throughout all the stat sheets. 1-2 pitches low.
Yeah, it's big for any batter. You want to see consistency and balance throughout everything. You can have a lot of home runs, but your average can also be low.
2-2, Hines, high drive towards right field. Diggs going back towards the warning track, and he'll make the catch in front of the wall. Few warning track shots so far in this one. Second put out to Kendall Diggs, and there's 2 outs.
Now batting.
Yeah, it's a really warm, humid day. The ball will fly a little bit further off the bat. With a guy like Cunningham Cunningham on the mound, high velocity. You barrel one up, that can do a lot of the work for you.
First pitch to Brady Day, shows bunt, puts it down, dribbles foul. YD trying to go small ball with 2 outs. We saw them the last time they played against Bourne, some late small ball. On the offensive side, they're 5th in the Cape, but 1st in the East. And 1st overall in the least amount of runs allowed. 0-1 pitch at the letters, 0-2. Day batting .250, 6 RBIs out of Kansas State. The 0-2 pitch, just going to miss. Cunningham looking for punch out number 2. Is offering, ground ball, first base side, and it's a liner towards right field, past the glove of Michelle. And skips in, Diggs throws it in. It's the first hit of the night for YD in the 2nd inning, and the first for Brady Day.
Yeah, it's a nice piece of hitting from Day, keeping his hands extended through the zone.
Now batting, the first baseman from the University of California.
And finding its way out towards right field. Nice effort from Michelle, just out of his reach.
Xander Darby looking to keep it going. First base runner on for the Red Sox. First pitch to Darby. Fastball's low. Nice season as well for Darby. Batting just under 300. Home runs to RBIs. He's been towards the middle of the pack. And a good spot in the YD order. Rounds it out towards the bottom. 1-0 pitch in there for a strike. For Cunningham, what you get out of Bourne, and what he helps this team do is he goes the distance, helps out the bullpen, not having to throw too many arms. He's given the Braves chances to win in all his outings. 1-1, foul tips, 1-2. Long look in for Cunningham. Still that two-step lead for Day off first base. There's Michelle holding him on. 1-2 pitch. Runner going. Line drive. Right field. Down for a base hit. Day steps on second base. He's heading for third. Digs the long throw to third base. Not in time. Back-to-back singles for the Red Sox. Day and Darby. Runners at the corners with 2 away.
And both of these hits
Now batting, the shortstop from the University of
coming
Southern
late in
California,
counts,
number
2
6,
strike counts
Ryan Jackson.
today and to Darby. It's what you love to see late in the season, especially from teams as well. See them have that battle sense of mind, if that makes any sense.
First pitch to Ryan Jackson. It's upstairs. And yeah, these teams right now trying to just be mentally tough towards the latter part of the season. Physically, a lot of these guys got to be worn out, starting their baseball seasons at their college teams back in February. Cunningham's 1-0 to Jackson. Comes in, a called strike. Jackson, his 12th start. 1 home run, 5 RBIs. This YD lineup has come on of late. They were a very pitching-heavy team early on and have cemented themselves as the top offense in the East. 1-1 pitch, breaking ball in there for a strike. A chance for Cunningham to get out of it after back-to-back singles allowed. Pick over to first base. Sliding back is Darby. That's another question there. Does YD begin to run here with 2 strikes? Have nothing to lose on a swing and a miss from Jackson. Runner is going. 1-2 pitch, not going to matter. Swing and a miss. Foul tipped into the glove of Bodine. And the second strikeout for Bryce Cunningham here early on. 2 hits for YD, both stranded. Bourne keeps it tied at 0-0 after 1.5. Bottom 2 coming up, and the Braves back with the lumber. Bryce Cunningham strands 2 in the top of the second, and here's Finnegan Wall in the bottom half. Had a 1-2-3 in the first. He'll face 4-5-6 here in the second. 2 hits for YD. Bourne still looking for their first here early on Red Shirt Friday. 1 strikeout for Wall so far as well. Switching Bodine, he'll step in. First pitch, just going to miss. We talked about Bodine and his potential. Just finishing up his freshman season at Coastal. There are his stats there. Betting just under 380 here on the Cape. Count now 2-0.
And he's been such a huge part of this Bourne order, especially as of late. Stepping up, getting his RBI numbers up, just 2 behind Derek Bender for the team high.
2-0. 3 straight balls to Bodine.
And you can see it a little bit, too. Pitchers trying to work around him almost as of late because of how well he's been hitting.
3-0, Bodine the green light. Blooper, left field, Austin coming in. It's down for a base hit. Bourne gets their first of the night. And Bodine had the go-ahead on a 3-0 count. He's on.
Yeah, with a hitter like Bodine, his swings are just so smooth.
Now batting, the right
He's
fielder
able to
from
find the
University of
barrel so
Arkansas,
quickly. I
number
learned
8,
during camp
Kendall
this week. He
Yates.
wasn't there this week with the kids' clinic, but in weeks prior, the kids had called Caden Barrel Finder.
Finds ways to get hits, and he's been so consistent, and also just a smart hitter. Not always the biggest hits, but very timely as well. First pitch to Kendall Diggs is outside. Diggs with his Arkansas helmet tonight, matching the red jerseys. A little bit darker on the Arkansas red. Pick over to first. Bodine slides back. Diggs had 2 RBIs against the Kettleers. Now with 8 on his summer. Another guy that's come on of late in the Braves lineup. 1-0 pitch in there for a strike. Two-step lead for Bodine off first base. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Diggs flies this one out, left field. R.J. Austin going back in front of the warning track. He'll make the catch. Bodine back to first. Good swing from Diggs is right at Austin. 1 away.
Yeah, both pitchers seem
Now
comfortable with
batting, the left fielder from the University
letting
of Iowa, number 23.
these high
Sam
fly
Peterson.
balls happen. It's a deep park at Dorn Park. Very different from Red Wilson Field. So your approach as a pitcher kind of changes a little bit, and you're okay with letting your defense make plays behind you.
Bodine just back at first base on the pickover. Sam Peterson in the box. 275 hitter, 8 RBIs, second on the team in stolen bases with 13. Pickover once again. Bodine dives back. Bodine always not a big threat to steal in the bags, but Wall keeping him very steady at first. First pitch to Peterson, popped up, right field, and right at Montgomery. He'll take 2 steps in, make the catch. Bodine once again back to first base. After the single, the next 2 go down. Last chance here in the second for Garrett Michelle.
Now batting, the first baseman from Virginia Tech, number 19, Garrett Michelle.
Michelle back in the lineup, got the day off with New Contreras playing at first base. He's had to play a lot of baseball when Derek Bender got banged up. Looking to keep this inning going. Here's the first pitch. Michelle pops it up foul. And a shift on a little bit here for YD. The second baseman in Day playing in shallow right field. And now the center fielder in Apodaca was about to move over, but we've seen some shifts so far for the Red Sox that have been very, very intriguing. Bodine just back.
Yeah, you touch on Wall throwing over to Darby a lot with Bodine. He's just 1 for 3 with stolen bases. A couple of them have been sort of a double steal.
0-1, just misses.
The double steal with a runner on third, you just take the out over at second, allow a run to score. We've seen Bourne do that a couple of times. But you touched on it. The shift is definitely different, but we've seen it to Michelle, mainly with the
1-1 pitch upstairs. Michelle almost bit. And Garcia, or Gaber, excuse me, on the bases. The umpire said he did not go around.
We've seen sometimes that the shortstop, in this case it would be Jackson, he shifts over to the second base side of the bag and put 3 guys on the left.
2-1 pitch, a called strike, and Wall works it back even.
Or rather the right in this sense.
We saw to Vastine, it was 2 outfielders in left center and right center, and then 1 just towards the line in left is what it looked like. Matt and I had to go back on the broadcast stream and see exactly what YD was doing. 2-2 pitch. Michelle ground ball right at the first baseman in Darby. He'll step on the bag for out number 3.
Hello, Joey.
So
Can you hear
Bourne
me?
gets their first hit of the night. They strand Bodine. The next 3
Hello, Joey.
go
Can you
down
hear
in the
me?
hands of Finnegan Wall. But Kendall Diggs, we talked about him during the pregame show. 2 RBIs
Joey,
last
can
night. A
you hear
hard
me?
line out here so far. He's been special, and Allie has more about him on the field.
Thanks, guys. On Wednesday night on the broadcast, I joked after Kendall Diggs made a crazy catch in right field that we'd maybe see him on SportsCenter's top 10 for the second time this season, and it actually happened. But it was actually extra special for Kendall because his whole family was in the stands here at Doran Park watching him make that catch. A few weeks ago, he told me that they often made the trip from Kansas City to Arkansas to watch him play in college, but an extra long trip here up to Cape Cod to watch him in summer ball. They're also here tonight. The whole Diggs clan ready to watch him. Maybe he'll make another play like that tonight. Back to you guys when we come back.
Tickets are $10 for general admission and
Bryce Cunningham back on the bump here on the top of the 3rd inning, and we thank you for joining us on this beautiful Friday night. Alongside Matt Scalzo, I'm Cam Manna. Just heard from Allie Navarrete on the sideline. You'll hear from her more as this game goes on. 9-1-2 here for YD. Theo Hardy, the hitter. And Cunningham's first pitch. This one a called strike. Hardy just his 11th game, looking to turn it around for him. And of San Jose State. Cunningham's 0-1. Outside. Cunningham allowed 2 hits in the 2nd inning, but the last man down in Jackson on a strikeout. Showing bunt is Hardy. Pulls back. It's not going to matter. It's a called strike. And Cunningham has that ability to work out of jams and go the distance. Has gone 11 innings in his last 2 starts. 1-2 pitch. This one's low.
Hey, you touch on a hitter like Hardy, just an 0.61 average for him, and you see it late in seasons, especially on the Cape teams making late additions.
2-2, just going to miss. Bodine with the frame. They wanted it. A lot of teams making moves here late in the summer, as Matt mentioned, to get their best roster heading into the playoffs. Full count offering, check swing, and it's a strike 3. Walking down the line was Hardy. He's still walking, but he's called out. And looked like it was on the pitch, not on the offering, but either way, Hardy would go down. 3rd strikeout for Cunningham, and it comes your way in the 3rd. Top of the order now, it's Enzo Apodaca. First pitch to him. This one's outside of the fastball.
Yeah, just an interesting sequence with Hardy on that last strikeout.
1-0 pitch. This one's low, 2-0. Looked like it just got him jammed on the hands and looked like a good pitch. Also checked around. Called strike 3 from the home plate umpire. 2-0 pitch. Check swing. You went around. That's Drew Hoagland. Mikey Garcia at first base. We saw David Gaber at 3rd. 2-1 to Apodaca. Pops this one out foul towards the concessions. But as Matt talked about, a lot of new additions for a lot of these teams. Bourne, one of the squads that's not made a lot of moves towards their lineup. We've seen a lot of teams release some of their top dogs. 2-2 pitch, just going to miss, low and inside. Wareham lost a lot of guys. We've seen Katuit early on lose some players, but it's kind of rebuilding your roster late in the summer. 3-2 pitch, low and inside, a walk for Apodaca. First time he'll reach base here tonight. Bourne's made those moves to their pitching staff, bringing in some additions. We've seen Taubensee and Lavelle.
Number 7, Ryan Stafford.
Yeah, and it's been a rotating door almost in that bullpen as of late for Bourne on who comes, who goes. Taubensee just recently released.
First pitch to Ryan Stafford, gets past Bodine, he can't find it. Advancing to second is Apodaca. Takes the turn, he'll stay there on the wild pitch.
Saw Tristan Levesque last night from URI have a tough start to his first outing, and then 3 straight strikeouts to get out of a bases-loaded jam. And now Cunningham looking to do the same. Not as big of a jam, but you want to keep your team in it as long as you can in this kind of sense. You don't want to give up the first run.
1-0 to Stafford. Ground ball, right side. Gets through the hole and into right field. Rounding third base is Apodaca. He's getting the wave. Diggs picks it up. There's no throw home. And the Red Sox strike first. The RBI single for Ryan Stafford, his 7th on the summer. 1-0 YD.
Now batting, the left fielder from
Well, I kind of
University,
just
number
spoke it
9,
into existence a
RJ
little bit
Austin.
there. Ryan Stafford coming up big, getting that first RBI hit. And we've seen it lately, especially over the last inning. The back-to-back singles from Day and Darby. And the walk from Apodaca. And Cunningham thought he had strike 3 on the 2-2. How quickly things can change.
First pitch to RJ Austin. He's out in front. 0-1.
But the biggest thing for Cunningham now is you just settle back into what you were doing. Get back on the horse. It's just 1 run.
No balls, 1 strike. Austin 0 for 1 so far. This pitch outside. We've seen a string of hits for YD. They got them in the second. And then here getting the base runners on in the third with only 1 out. 2-step lead for Stafford off first base. He's going on the 1-1 pitch. This one's low. Bodine the throw down. A scoop from Vastine. It's not in time. Sliding in safely is Stafford. Tough one for Bodine to scoop up. Vastine had to scoop it as well. And another runner in scoring position for the Red Sox.
Good jump from Stafford over at first. It's going to be a close play, and just that low hop in gave him a little split second more.
And Vastine holding on Stafford at second base. 2-1 to Austin. Holds his swing back, 3-1. Big chance here for YD early. Nothing for them to lose, just looking to hold on to that 1 spot in the East, but they're clinched for a playoff spot. Orleans 2 games back from them in the East. Cunningham sets once again, looking to work back 3-1. Here's the pitch. Austin, pop fly, shallow left field. Crota Grauer going back at shortstop, calls off Peterson. He'll make the catch. Out number 2.
There's a good bounce back for Bryce to get that second out.
Now batting, the right fielder from
Now you just
Stanford
need to get
University,
through one
number
more, but
15, Braden Montgomery.
we touched on it a little bit. Braden Montgomery, one of the biggest stars in college baseball for his two-way ability, and an outstanding hitter this past season with Stanford. Stanford. Now in the portal. Kind of took the
First pitch almost clips him, 1-0.
kind of took the college baseball world by storm a little bit with him entering the portal. Every college would love to have the talents that Braden Montgomery brings to the table.
Cunningham. 1-0 to Montgomery. Swing and a miss. And Montgomery, too, projected to be a top guy in the draft, top 10 pick. May dip down now just a little bit. But as Matt mentioned, his ability, a guy that throws upwards of 95 miles per hour. Just his 8th game here on the Cape, as we talked about in his first AB. He's 0 for 1. 1-1 pitch, ground ball, right side, past the glove of Vastine into right center. Rounding third base is Stafford. He's going to score easily. Montgomery churning to second. He slides in safely. It's an RBI double for Brady Montgomery. And YD, 2 runs here on the top of the third. They're in front 2-0.
Now batting, the designated hitter from Mississippi State University, number 44.
And you touched on it for Montgomery, just his 8th game here. Was batting 280 coming into it, just only had 1 RBI, but now he's got his second along with his second double of the season.
YD out early here on the road. And here's their big RBI bat, Hunter Hines. First pitch, this one's low. Hines flew out to right, back in the second, right at the warning track to Diggs. Almost a home run. That would have been his 11th on the summer. Haven't seen Cunningham get into too much trouble. Allowed 2 runs against Chatham back on the 12th. No runs against Orleans. 1-0 pitch. Fastball up and inside. It's a called strike. And even when certain innings get hard, these jams like this, Cunningham usually keeps it right here at the worst. But has to get through Hines. Big lead for Montgomery at second base. 1-1. Misses outside. Three strikeouts so far for Cunningham. Has 2 outs here. His 2-1 pitch misses low once again. 3-1 count. And smart here for Bodine coming out to talk to his pitcher. Landers right on cue. I was just going to ask you, Matt, when does Coach Landers come out and talk to his pitcher in Cunningham? Right on cue for them.
Yeah, he wanted to see how he fared in this at-bat against Hines. Seeing in which way he was going to attack, if he was going to get ahead in the count. And we saw, once again, Bryce falling behind a little bit. Scott obviously has a lot of trust in a pitcher like Bryce, his second summer, rather, with Bourne. And he understands the importance of getting this final out in this inning. With a hitter like Hines, and then you look ahead and you got Day and Darby, 2 hitters that got back-to-back singles. You were hoping it would just be 1 run, but Montgomery, with his talent, finds a gap, and now you're here with Hines. You don't want it to spiral too quickly. 2 runs is manageable, but we've seen YD. They still have a very strong pitching staff, and Wall is one of those guys.
Cunningham's got to work back 3-1. His first pitch, wave and a miss. Now full.
Yeah, he went to the changeup, and it looked like Hines might have been expecting a fastball in a 3-1 count. Gives Cunningham a little bit more freedom on how he wants to operate with a big pitch upcoming.
The payoff pitch, runner going, wave and a miss. Oh, just foul tipped. Bodine did not squeeze it. And just drops in front of Hines. Bourne wanted it right there. They'll wait another pitch. And Hines once again looked out in front of the pitch from Cunningham.
Yeah, back-to-back off speeds from Cunningham. You wonder if he switches it up.
Can he do it this time? Montgomery at second base. He was going on the last pitch. Holds here. 3-2 pitch. It's a breaking ball low. And Hines holds off. 2 straight runners reach base here for the Red Sox. First and second. And Brady Day will be the hitter. He's looking to move his night to 2 for 2.
Kansas State University, number 10, Brady Day.
For YD coming into this game, riding a 2-game losing streak. 6-4 in their last 10. Hoping to get back on track here against the Bravos. First pitch today, a called strike. And you never know about Orleans. Playing a doubleheader here against Chatham today. Cunningham looks over at second and Montgomery, throws back. The Firebirds looking to crawl back against Chatham. Just sitting those 2 games back. They've won 2 games in a row. 0-1 pitch, ground ball, right side, into left field. It's a base hit. Montgomery rounding third base, getting the wave. Peterson, there's no throw. And another run here on the board in the third for the Red Sox. Brady Day's 2 for 2, his 7th RBI. Makes it 3-0.
And it's not a hard hit from Day. It just has eyes
Now batting,
going the other
first
way,
baseman from the
finding
University
that
of California,
spot
Santa
between
Barbara,
Evelyn and
number 12,
JKG.
Xander Darby.
In this inning, it's been a lot of hits. 3 hits now and 3 runs, all in the third for YD. They're looking for more. You wonder how Scott Landers proceeds with Cunningham and if he goes to the bullpen soon.
Here's Xander Darby, first and second. First pitch at the knees. Last 2 games for YD, back to them on their 2 losses. 8-0 against Hyannis, 10-3 against Katuitt. So the offense has not been there, and they've not been able to strike first. Finally doing it here, getting the bat off their shoulders. Darby's also 1 for 1. Cunningham's 0-1 pitch. He'll miss low.
That game against Hyannis, one of the 2 neutral site games this season. That one at Dunkin' Donuts Park in Hartford. Bourne and Wareham, the other one at Polar Park in Worcester on Monday.
1-1 pitch, breaking ball low, blocked from Bodine. And the Cape's always very cool to play your baseball at these home fields and get the home fans on Cape Cod, but for these guys also to play at those minor league stadiums. Polar Park, one of the top minor league fields. AAA affiliate of the Boston Red Sox and those Woo Sox. Here's the 2-1 pitch. This one grounded foul towards the Bourne dugout. And now the chance once again for Cunningham. 2 strikes, a chance to get out of it. 13 RBIs for Darby out of California, Santa Barbara. Has Hines off second, Day off first. Can the Red Sox extend? Can Cunningham stop it right here? 2-2, fastball's upstairs. And once again, it's full. Some let's go Bryce chance. Looking to push him on through this third. Here's the payoff pitch to Darby. Both runners go. This one a high drive towards center field and towards the right center field gap. But Harrelson camps under it, makes the catch, and that ends the inning. But not after 3 runs for the Red Sox. A Brady Montgomery double, some singles from Day and Ryan Stafford. And the Red Sox striking first here on the road. The Braves, some work to do. Bottom 3 coming up.
Call at 508-247-0395. Discover the
3
beauty of
runs
Cape
for
Cod where
YD in the
lifelong
top
memories are
half
made.
of the third.
Double
The Bravos
vacation in the Cape Cod
chasing
Baseball
early.
League. Your
They're back
ticket
with
to
the
an
lumber.
extraordinary getaway.
Alongside Matt Scalzo, I'm Cam Manna. Thank you for joining us on Redshirt Friday here from Dorn Park. There's Josh Kroder-Grauer, 8-9-1 for the Braves. Gage Harrelson and Bryce Eblin to follow. Kroder-Grauer playing shortstop tonight. It's been a Swiss Army knife for the Braves defense. First pitch comes in from Wall. It's a called strike. Matt, he's played left, has played second, played some third base, now it's short. He's been asked to play in a lot of different spots and has got the job done. 0-1 pitch, Kroder-Grauer up the middle, it's a single. And getting that bat going, timely hitting has been his middle name. Had a 2 RBI double against Harwich in Bourne's last victory. And getting a start here tonight, his first single, and the Braves' second hit.
Number 16, Gage Harrelson.
Yeah, and for Josh, that was the last time he played was against Harwich, so now his hitting streak up to 2 games in a row. Someone you'd like to see get hot towards the end of the regular season.
A returner to this Braves squad was here for the 2022 title. Here's Gage Harrelson, first pitch outside. Harrelson, the outfielder out of Texas Tech, batting .254, 6 stolen bases, has done it on the paths and has made some nice plays so far tonight in center. Pick over to first, Kroder-Grauer back safely. He has 8 stolen bases, but we've seen Wall so far be very, very wary at the runners at first base. He was picking off to Bodine, who only has 1 stolen base this summer. Went over there 5 times during an at-bat. 1-0 pitch. This one going to miss. Almost a snap throw from Stafford. And that's important, Matt. YD a team that likes to score early and then rely on the pitching and keep the runners at bay.
Yeah, you like to work with a lead, and YD's been one of those teams that when they get that lead, they've been so good at keeping it.
2-0 to Harrelson. This one, clip foul.
And against a team like Bourne, you know they're going to want to run. And so Wall, he's trying to keep them at bay. He's rather quick to the plate when he gets into his stretch.
98 stolen bases for the Braves. That's top on the Cape by a mile. 2-1, Harrelson right at the shortstop, and Jackson snap throw to first base. Kroder-Grauer, he's just back in time. A sigh of relief for the Bravos offense. Harrelson with the line out, and there's one away. And back to the top of the order, and Bryce
Now
Eblin.
batting, the third baseman from the University of Alabama.
Harrelson's someone who's seen the ball better lately. Another hard hit out for him, just straight at the shortstop, and Jackson, like Cam said.
Ball sets. First pitch to Eblin's outside. For Eblin, 0 for 1 tonight. We talked about him has been all throughout this Braves order. When Derek Bender was out of the lineup, he batted 4th. Has been in that second spot most of the last 10 games in that leadoff spot tonight. Kroder-Grauer still off first base. There's that pick over, and just back safely. Three Bourne runners in double digits for stolen bases. Kroder-Grauer just behind them. 1-0 pitch. Eblin skies this one out. Way foul. Back over the concession stand and left. Hard to believe how quick the regular season has gone. The Braves playing 3 more at home, including this game. And then the playoffs come around. The Bravos, a win tonight and a Wareham loss, can clinch them that spot. 1-1 pitch, breaking ball in there. And for YD, we'll mention it again, a team that's cemented themselves in a playoff spot in the East. Looking to hold that first spot. And a win can do a lot. Kroder-Grauer way off the back. He's almost going. Wall, throw to first base. And Kroder-Grauer just back safely. Man, he was jumpy on the bags. Thankfully, he's back safe.
Yeah, we've seen Bourne with those kind of timing steals. You count to your head in the amount of seconds their pitcher's set. Then you kind of go from there.
1-2 pitch. Eblin just clips it back.
And for a pitcher, you just got to switch up your cadence and how quickly you go to the plate once you get set. Because if you're very consistent with going 3 seconds, you're set, then runners start to pick up on that. And Josh thought he had found an area in Wall's setup. Lucky to get back.
Corner ground, we're going on the 1-2 pitch, low and inside. It's a called strike three, the throw down. It's in time. Strike him out, throw him out. Wall's second punch out on the night. Stafford flashing the arm. And that stops a chance for the Bravos. 1 hit and no runs in the bottom of the third. The Red Sox in full command here from Dorn Park. It's 3-0. Top 4 coming up. I'll hand play-by-play off to Matt Scalzo when we return on the Born Braves Broadcast Network.
We're back at Dorn Park. Reminder that tonight's broadcast brought to you by Marty Chevrolet, your dealer for the people. Proudly supports the Born Braves baseball team. See all our cars and trucks at martychevrolet.com and go Braves. Matt Scalzo alongside Cam Manna. Happy to be with you here on this perfect Friday night. Not a cloud in the sky as the sun is setting over our left shoulder. New pitcher on the mound for the Braves, Anthony Figueroa, making his first appearance this summer. The left-hander, first pitch, just grounded foul by Ryan Jackson. He'll face 8, 9, and 1. And Jackson right now, he's 0 for 1. He struck out against Bryce Cunningham, who goes 3 innings, gives up 3 runs, all of them earned on 5 hits. Struck out 3 and walked a pair. And his shortest stint this summer. The 0-1. Bounces in, and it's 1-1. Figueroa, not a Big guy, just 5'9", 155 pounds out of Miami, Florida. Most recent stats we can find is from Dryersburg State Community College in Tennessee, as the 1-1 misses inside 2-1. In 2023, he made 15 appearances. 13 of them were starts, went 7-5 through 76 innings with a 3.20 ERA. 2-1 inside once again, and it's 3-1. Had 107 strikeouts to 38 walks. And the year prior, he had 135 strikeouts to 30 walks. Making a huge jump here to the Cape. The 3-1, ground ball, fouled. Off the bat of Jackson, the count runs full.
And we talked about it last inning, or actually might have been 2 innings ago, the recent additions and the movements throughout the Cape for the roster moves and what the Braves have done. It's just been in their pitching staff. We saw Lavelle, we saw Taubensee, now we're seeing Figueroa, and guys having to come in and step up in really big spots. Not something easy to do, but the Braves pitchers have done it so far.
Figueroa pitched last summer with the Frederick Keys in the MLB Draft League. Full count, here's the pitch, and it's low. A leadoff walk to Ryan Jackson. He's on base for the first time tonight.
Good pitches so far for Figueroa, just missing a few spots on his fastball. That's a good 2-strike put-away pitch. Maybe not the exact one you want to throw on a 3-2 count, but nice job from YD being patient and reading the pitches so far from Figueroa.
Brings up the 9-hitter in Theo Hardy. Struck out against Cunningham to begin the top of the third. First pitch, line drive, and it's over the head of a leaping Kuroda Grauer into left center field. Theo Hardy picking up a hit, getting off his skid. Just his third hit of the summer and 35 at-bats.
And went first pitch right there, went down and got that baseball a little bit early, but kept his barrel head through, went left center. Strong hitting so far for the Red Sox. We talked about them struggling of late on the offensive side, but not wasting any time here tonight.
And now it's back to the top of the order with Enzo Apodaca. 0 for 1, walked and scored back in the third. He flew out to Kendall Diggs to begin this ball game. First pitch to him shows bunt. Breaking ball drops into the top of the zone, and it's 0-1. Corners pinched in, and Michelle and Evelyn. Michelle creeping in over at first. Apodaca showing bunt. The 0-1. Popped up down the third base side. It bounces fair and then bounces over the white line for strike 2.
And the job here for Figueroa, he understands the scoreboard. It's 3-0 and in a really tough spot for the Braves early on. But as a pitcher, you can't pitch like you're down. You got to just pitch like it's your first outing and pitch the kind of baseball. Not trying to overpower anyone right now. Same job. Let your defense work and throw strikes. He's doing that here. Really trying to put down Apodaca down.
Michelle moves back in an 0-2 count to Apodaca. The pitch. This one's blooped out to shallow left center field. Hustling in is Harrelson to the gap. He'll make the catch. There's one away. Fires back in. The runners hold where they are. Big first out for Figueroa out of the bullpen.
Great pitch right there. Just going to his fastball, trusting it once again after that first batter walk and the single. Not shying away. And now sets up a double play chance.
Has to get through Ryan Stafford. Picked up an RBI single in the third. Brought the first run across. Looking for more runners off first and second in Darby and Hardy and Jackson, excuse me. First pitch breaking ball loops outside, and it's 1-0. I was entering today for Stafford his stats, and those will jump up. Now up to 7 RBIs this season to match his number on his back. 1-0. Sliced foul down the first base side. It's 1-1. Double play depth up the middle for Bourne. Vastine at second, Kuroda Grauer at third. Looking to get through Ryan Stafford as Figueroa sets from the stretch. 1-1. That one hits right on the hip of Stafford. Loads the bases with one away. And R.J. Austin coming up to bat.
Yeah, right there for Figueroa, just missing on that heater. And so far on his all his misses to the righties, he's just coming inside. Tough adjustment to make right now and tough to do, especially now 3, 4, 5 in Austin, Montgomery, and Hines. 3 big bats in this order for YD.
Still double play depth. Michelle has his toes on the infield grass over at first. Bases loaded. One away for R.J. Austin. First pitch bounces in. Good block by Bodine to keep it in front of him. Austin puts his hands up to hold Ryan Jackson over at third. Austin, the only YD hitter so far this evening that has not reached base. He's 0 for 2. Popped out to Peterson in left, and Kuroda Grauer's last time up in shallow left field. 1-0. Ground ball first base side. Out of reach for a diving Michelle, and it rolls into right field. 1 run is in. Here comes Hardy around third. The throw to the plate cut off by Michelle. Austin advances over to second. R.J. Austin puts another 2 runs on the board, makes it 5-0 YD here in the 4th.
Great hit there from Austin, going the opposite way. Understood that Michelle was in and having to make just a tough diving play. Seen that twice on hits towards Michelle. Not plays that he can make, and YD just putting it in the right spot. Great job of their offense early on, producing runs and not shying away when they got the opportunity.
7th hit and 5th run for YD, and now Braden Montgomery comes up to bat. First pitch breaking ball's in for a strike, and it's 0-1. Montgomery looking for more RBIs. He picked up 1 back in the 3rd on his double. He's 1 for 2. The 0-1 popped up out of play. It's 0-2. Switch hitter in Montgomery was batting left against Cunningham. Now he switches up, stands in the righty's batter's box. Entire infield in here for Bourne as YD looks to break it wide open here in the 4th. The 0-2. Fastball is upstairs above the letters, 1-2 to Montgomery. He's got Austin at second and Stafford over at third. Outfield is back here against the tall right-handed hitter. 1-2. High and outside, 2-2.
He's trying to work outside and upstairs. Now you wonder if Montgomery adjusts and understands that that adjustment's going to be made for Figueroa and try to come low in the zone.
Two. Montgomery turns, fly ball straightaway center field, long run for Harrelson at the warning track at the wall. He leaps and it's gone. Harrelson goes tumbling over the wall, but it's too far as Braden Montgomery has broken this wide open. A 3-run shot to straightaway center field. It's 8-0 YD on Montgomery's first long ball of the summer.
What a shot there from Montgomery. Right off the bat, it got a lot of airtime. But from the looks of Harrelson, that ball traveled. Matt mentioned early on with the heat here tonight, ball's going to travel a lot more, and Harrelson went all the way back, tumbled over.
First pitch, Hines comes up empty, and it's 0-1.
Strong swing and just a miss there from Figueroa, just going kind of right down the middle to Montgomery.
0-1. Hines sends a fly ball down the left field line. Eblin hustling over, as in Peterson, but it will be out of reach for both of them as it lands over the fence in left field. The 0-2. Hines checks his swing. Did he go around? Yes, he did. Figueroa's got his first strikeout as the appeal down to David Gaber pays off. There's 2 away in the top of the 4th.
Now batting, the second
Nice
baseman
bounce back
from
pitch
Kansas State
there for the
University,
southpaw.
Brady
Working away
Day.
with his off speed. Maybe has found his put away pitch. Tried to go with Montgomery on the heater, as we talked about.
First pitch, a strike to Brady Day. The 0-1. Breaking ball into the zone, 0-2. 3 runs in the 3rd and now 5 in the 4th. By a YD has it at 8-0. Figueroa looking to get out of it. Little pause, the 0-2. Day fouls it off, and the count stays where it is. The 0-2. Day pokes it off the end of his bat. That will fly out of play right towards the concession stand area. The 0-2. Swing and a miss. Day comes up empty on the changeup, and back-to-back strikeouts for Anthony Figueroa ends the inning. But YD breaks it wide open, highlighted by the tape measure shot to center field by Braden Montgomery. It's 8-0 Red Sox as we head to the bottom of the 4th.
Visit MiltonCat.com to learn more.
Back at Dorn Park here on the Born Braves Broadcast Network. Tonight's broadcast brought to you by Cape Cod Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, a proud sponsor of the Born Braves. Cape Cod Orthopedic Sports Medicine and Physical Therapy is the region's largest and most experienced orthopedic group, accepting new patients at our Sandwich and Hyannis clinics. Nice play on the backhand by Brady Day. He spins it to first. And it's in time for the first out here in the bottom of the 4th. Vastine drops to 0 for 2 on a couple of groundouts here tonight. And right now it is not the Braves' night here on Redshirt Friday. YD smelled blood in the water in the top of the 4th, and they went ahead and put up 5, highlighted by the 3-run home run by the star in Braden Montgomery. As Bender swings on the first pitch, he sends a high fly ball to straightaway center field, but it's a can of corn for Enzo Apodaca. He makes the catch, and 2 pitches and 2 outs quickly here in the bottom of the 4th.
Yeah, Wall's throwing strikes right now. He hasn't walked anybody so far in his command of the strike zone. Bourne has shown that's kind of been their story so far. Hard hit balls right at the YD defenders. Have not been able to muster any guys on. Only 2 base runners. So far it is early, but just not the night that Bourne wanted to begin.
And now it brings up Caden Bodine. First pitch, ground ball, left side. Darby dives, picks it up, fires to first, and it's in time. Excuse me, that was Hardy over at third, on to Darby at first. And 3 pitches and 3 outs for Finnegan Wall here in the bottom of the 4th. We head to the 5th. It's all coming up YD. It's 8-0 Red Sox.
Now batting, the first
Welcome back to Dorn Park. Tonight's broadcast brought to you by Fairway Financial, a proud local sponsor for your Bourne Braves. If you want to hit a home run with your retirement income plan, visit fairwayfinancial.net and ask for owner and host family sponsor Steve Anzoni, Cape Cod's retirement income specialist. That's fairwayfinancial.net. As you saw coming out of break, that was the scoreboard. It's an 8-0 lead for YD, 8 hits to 2 hits in favor of the Red Sox. Anthony Figueroa back on the mound, an 0-1. Breaking ball is grounded foul by Xander Darby, and it's 0-2. Braden Montgomery, the 3-run home run back in the 4th, was the highlight play in that 5 spot for YD. The 0-2 ground ball back up the middle. Charging in is Vastine. Throws on the move, the stretch from Michelle, and it's in time for a nice first out here to begin the 5th.
Nice play from Vastine. That's what Bourne needed. Quick out here and just doing all that in one motion. The exchange on the run and the throw. Showing he could do it at second base as well.
First pitch sails upstairs to Ryan Jackson, and it's 1-0. 1-0, straight back where it came from, off the glove of Figueroa, and rolls into center field for a 1-out base hit for Ryan Jackson. He's aboard safely for the second time tonight.
Now batting, the third baseman from San Jose.
Great
State
swing there from
University,
Jackson,
number
and just
11,
YD
Theo
continues to
Hardy.
find ways. Only 1-1-2-3 innings so far for the Bourne defensive side. That was in the first. Since then, they've just found ways to get guys on and are continuing to bring them around.
Now the 9-hitter in Theo Hardy had his first hit back in the fourth. Swing and a miss on the first pitch. A snap throw from Bodine. Back standing is Jackson. It's 0-1. Hardy made a nice defensive play to end the bottom of the fourth. Finnegan Wall just needed 3 pitches in that inning. And all 3 were outs. A 4-3 ground up from Vastine, a fly out to center by Bender. And then the 5-3 put out from Hardy on Bodine. 0-1. Breaking ball just a touch inside, and it's 1-1. Nearly clipped Hardy on its way in. The 1-1. Fastball high and outside, 2-1.
And Bourne is hoping for a quick inning. YD has all that momentum. You're trying to just slow them down and just give yourself any chance on the offensive side to understand what you're crawling back from.
Two one, misses high again to Hardy. It's 3-1. Bodine will go out and chat with his pitcher in Figueroa. The 3-1, high and outside, and it's a 1-out walk to Theo Hardy. Puts runners on first and second as it turns back over to the top of the order with Enzo
Now
Apodaca.
batting, the center fielder from Gonzaga University, number 3, Enzo.
And that's been the
Apodaca.
formula for YD. They get the first 2 runners on, they get first and second with 1 out, and then it's that third guy that is continued to show they'll drive the runners in. You go back to the third inning, they got help from Montgomery with 2 runners on.
First pitch swinging, a ground ball to second, flipped on the backhand from Vastine. The throw to first gets away from Michelle. Here comes Jackson. He'll score. And it's now 9-0 YD. It looked like it was going to be a double play to end the inning. And instead, there's a runner on first, and there's 2 away, and another run
Now
comes
batting,
in to
the
score.
catcher from Cal Poly Slow, number 7, Ryan.
Yeah, that's
Stafford.
a scoop that Michelle knows he wants to make. A little bit of a low throw from Curtis Grauer, but a play that Bourne has turned and just tough. Not a lot going their way. The Braves will pick up their first error.
First pitch is a called strike on the outside corner to Ryan Stafford, and it's 0-1. 0-1, popped up. That'll tail out a play down the first base side, and it's 0-2 to Stafford. He's 1 for 2. Strikeout, single, and a hit by pitch. Picked up an RBI and a single in the third, and he has scored both times he's reached base so far tonight. The 0-2. Breaking ball hangs outside, 1-2. One-two, swing and a miss from Stafford, down on strikes. Third punch out for Figueroa. We head to the bottom of the 5th. YD tacks on another. It's 9-0. Red Sox over the Braves here on the Bourne Braves Broadcast Network. Welcome back to Dorn Park. Reminder that tonight's broadcast brought to you by Commercial Electrical Solutions, Cape Cod's most valued and professional electrical subcontractor who has been providing exceptional services to both commercial and residential customers for over 10 years. Do you have an electrical problem? CES has the solution. First pitch from Finnegan Wall to Kendall Diggs is down the dirt, 1-0. Wall coming off a 3-pitch bottom of the fourth, all of which were outs. A ground out, fly out, and another ground out. To the 2, 3, and 4 hitters in this Bourne order. The 1-0 is outside to Diggs, and it's 2-0. Diggs flew out to left field his last time up, and the shift is on to the lefty. 2-0. Burns the outside edge from Wall. It's 2-1. Brady Day, second baseman, is in shallow right center field. Really shallow right field. You might as well call him a right fielder if he moves back any further. 2-1. Fastball outside, 3-1. And then at standard positions around the rest of the infield. Well, not anymore as Xander Darby hustles over from third to the second baseman spot as the 3-1's outside, so all the shifting around doesn't matter as Kendall Diggs reaches base for the first time tonight on a leadoff walk.
And now Hardy will go back to third base, but Bourne right now, they just need that consistent ability to get runners on base and just crawl back inning by inning. Nice start here for them.
Now Sam Peterson comes up. He popped out to right field and his first AB. First pitch is inside from Wall, 1-0. Peterson out of Iowa. You see him with that black Iowa helmet with all the Hawkeye stickers. And there's Kendall Diggs in the background as Wall sets on the mound. Snap throw over to first. Diggs back standing. Or rather dives back in safely. The count stays where it is. Peterson and Diggs were teammates last summer with the Kingsport Axemen. The 1-0. Peterson chops it off his left foot. And the count moves to 1-1. Second summer in a row, they'll be teammates again. The 1-1. Peterson pops it up, then we'll sail out of play. First base side, 1-2. And there's a young fan who picked up that foul ball down the first base side. All those tiered levels of grass. A 1-2. Peterson clips it straight back. Count stays where it is.
Really nice addition to the ballpark. Manna not being here last summer, but knowing that was more of a dirt area, still under construction, and nice to have a lot of fans sprint out towards that area.
The 1-2. This one's high and tight to Peterson, 2-2. There's a look at all those fans. And there is some dirt. A lot of dirt being moved around out in center field this summer. 2-2. Swing and a miss from Peterson down on strikes. Third strikeout for Finnegan Wall. And there's one gone in the bottom of the fifth.
The first baseman from Virginia Tech.
That's been the difference. The arms for YD, when they put a runner on, they put the next guy down. And that's been the difference so far here tonight. Bourne putting their third base runner, that being Diggs, but they've only had one base runner each inning. Tough to produce runs.
Showing bunt is Michelle, puts it down the third base side, and it skitters foul.
I love that idea because right now, Matt, you touched on it early on, that shift for YD. They're bringing third baseman and Hardy up the middle. That whole left side down the line is wide open. If Michelle can just put a bunt down and just push it and keep it away of the pitcher of Wall, that's a clear infield single.
Talked about the shifts for YD so far. There's a look over at third base. Still zooming out. You can't see anyone over there. Wall sets. Michelle shows bunt once again, and he pops it up down the third base side. It will go into the sea of fans down behind the Bourne dugout. That lucky lady over there picks up a little memory here at Dorn Park. All Cape League balls and have that special 100th year insignia on it this season. The 0-2. Swing and a miss from Michelle. 4 strikeouts now for Wall. 2 away in the 5th. Back-to-back strikeouts.
The shortstop from Rutgers University, number
for
13, Joshua.
the right-hander out of UC Irvine.
And just tough there for Michelle, too, just trying to put that one bunt down.
First pitch to Josh Kuroda-Grauer. This is low and away, 1-0. Kuroda-Grauer, one of 2 Bourne hitters with a base hit. He was caught stealing to end the bottom of the 3rd. 1-0. Low in the dirt, blocked by Stafford. 2-0 is one of those strike him out, throw him out plays for YD. Eblin went down looking, and then Kuroda-Grauer was caught stealing to really swing all the momentum towards YD, and then that led to that big top of the 4th, 5 runs for the Red Sox. It's now 9-0 after a run in the 5th. 2-0 fastball, paints inside, 1-2-1. Here's the pitch, Kuroda-Grauer, fly ball, center field. Ranging back is Apodaca, and he's able to make the catch for the 3rd out. Leadoff runner and Diggs gets on, but 3 straight putouts for the Bravos. We head to the 6th. It's a 9-0 YD lead over Bourne. Back at Dorn Park, reminder that tonight's broadcast brought to you by Cape Cod Healthcare, who's proud to be the official healthcare sponsor of the Cape Cod Baseball League. And with 6 convenient urgent care centers across Cape Cod, from Falmouth to Orleans, we're ready to treat a wide variety of minor illnesses and injuries so you can get back to your regularly scheduled summer plans quickly. Open daily with no appointment needed and staffed by our board-certified ER providers. View wait times at CapeCodHealth.org. Cape Cod Healthcare, urgent care, minor emergencies, major attention. Man, that was a mouthful here, but we're into the top of the 6th. Here from Dorn Park, a 1-0 count to R.J. Austin. Anthony Figueroa sets on the mound, and the 1-0 zips upstairs, 2-0. Austin coming into today, he's been one of the top hitters here for YD. RBI numbers have not been there, but man, he has been an on-base machine. 341 average. Here's a ground ball up the middle. Kuroda-Grauer ranging over. It sneaks under his glove. And a base hit for R.J. Austin to begin the top of the 6th. That's his 2nd hit in a row after a 2-run single back in the 4th.
Now batting, the right fielder from Stanford University, number 15.
And now comes Braden Montgomery, who hit a home run to straightaway center field. One of the longest hits we've seen here at Dorn Park. First home run of the season for him. Tacked on 3 RBIs to his big night already. First pitch brushes inside. He shifts out of the way, and it's 1-0. So came in with 1 RBI. So if the game were to end right now, he'd be leaving with 5 total on the season, along with a home run. And his average likely to go up, and it will continue to go up as the 1-0 is lined down the line in left field. It rolls all the way to the corner, caroms away from Peterson. Austin getting the wave around. He lost his helmet, and he motors all the way in from first to push YD into double digits. It's 10-0, and Braden Montgomery is on fire tonight. That is his 5th RBI, and it's 10-0 YD here in the top of the 6th. Another RBI double, and Scott Landers is out of the dugout onto the mound, and he'll take the ball from Anthony Figueroa. And a new pitcher will be coming in. It's Max LeBlanc. We'll get you everything you need to know when we come back here on the Bourne Braves Broadcast Network. Back at Doran Park, and there's a look at Jack Nelson, the leader of the game day operations intern. He's blocked by Max LeBlanc's left elbow, but we always appreciate what Jack does on game day. Kind of an unsung hero, I'd say, around Doran Park. Gets everything set up. Fun guy to be around, too. But Max LeBlanc's on to the mound, and his first pitch is down in the dirt to Hunter Hines. Now it's 1-0.
And Jack Nelson, a big Wake Forest guy, big D1 guy at that.
Huge Wake Forest fan. He does attend school there, so it makes sense. He was all locked in during the College World Series. The 1-0 popped up straight back, and it's 1-1. Hines coming up to bat. He's 0 for 2. A flyout, a walk, and a strikeout. He's trying to drive in Braden Montgomery, who stands over at second base. And, man, what a night it's been for the right fielder out of Stanford. The 1-1. Ground ball first base side, 1-2. LeBlanc this season, making his 5th appearance, comes in with a 4.05 ERA through 6 2/3 innings of work. 9 strikeouts to 1 walk. Has given up 4 runs, 3 of them earned on 8 hits. Has allowed a home run. 1-2. Down in the dirt over top the shoes of the left-handed hitter in Hines. Count evened at 2s. Montgomery over at second has 5 RBIs, and he's scored a pair of times. So Braden Montgomery on his own is responsible for a whole touchdown for YD and the extra point. 2-2, down and inside once again, count runs full.
Very similar to what the Falmouth Commodores have done to Katuitt so far today. A lot of touchdowns scored.
Hines turns on the 3-2, flies it out towards right field. That'll drop in front of Diggs for a base hit. Montgomery will hold over at third, and it puts runners on the corners with nobody out. Brings up Brady Day. Cam was talking about the high offensive output for Falmouth. They took down Katuitt at Lowell Park 27-2. Yes, you heard that correctly. 27-2 the final between these two as you look at Brady Day there. He comes in 2 for 3. So Falmouth puts up 4 touchdowns and goes 3 for 4 on extra points. And Katuitt got a safety for saying this in football terms. Meanwhile, for YD, they got the touchdown with the extra point and a field goal. Looking for more here with Brady Day. First pitch misses to him. 1-0. Popped up third base side. Eblin hustling over, and he'll run out of room. Count moves to 1-1. Obviously, training camp has begun around the NFL, so football in the National Football League, that is, starting to get relevant. College football camp will be starting in August.
A few scores of, games in the NFL as we're talking about.
1-1. Pops up straight over our heads, and it's 1-2. I lost it for a second, thought that was going to be the moment where Cam and I get a foul ball. And it was not. There, oh, look, there we are, Cam.
Oh,
Look at
man,
us.
look at this.
Look at us.
Over there. Awesome. Well, thankfully I wasn't eating the hot dogs that are coming.
The 1-2 line down the right field line, but it will be foul from Day. Hazel Hallis getting a nice shot of us there. Jeremy Gaze down the first base side.
I'll have to watch that back. Probably looked very confused.
Certainly caught me off guard.
I was looking at the scoreboard that we were talking about. Another football-type game with Harwich and Brewster.
13-1 in the bottom of the third from White House Field. 1-2 popped up out of play, and we'll go again on another 1-2. High offensive outputs around the Cape so far tonight.
Can't score 1 in football, so.
No. Brewster, they're in an in-between spot. 1-2. Just misses from LeBlanc. A fan down the first base side. Letting home plate umpire and Drew Hoagland feel it and hear it. 2-2. Swing and a miss. Day down on strikes. LeBlanc's got his first strikeout, and there's one away in the top of the 6th.
Nice pitch there for LeBlanc. All you can control is what's happening right now, and back to what Figueroa had to do with the score. You can't really worry about what the scoreboard is. You got to pitch the way that you would pitch in really any kind of game and just keep the routine where it is and trust what you can trust.
First pitch outside to Xander Darby. He's 1 for 3. Single and a fly out, along with a ground out to Jonathan Vastine for him on his night. 1-0. And it's 2-0 now to Darby. Runners on the corners, one away. The 2-0. Just misses from LeBlanc, and he's disagreeing with the call. Wants to know where he missed as the count runs to 3-0. 3-0 catches the bottom of the zone, and it's 3-1. Darby was halfway out of the box. And now he'll settle back in the lefty's batter's box, facing the righty in LeBlanc. Has Hines at first, Montgomery at third. 3-1. Called strike on the outside corner, and Darby once again stepped out, steps back in. Count runs full.
And if you're a hitter on a 3-ball count, just never leave the batter's box. It's always going to be a strike.
Full count, here it comes. Ground ball through the left side of the infield, and Braden Montgomery will come in to score. Darby stretches the lead up to 11 on an RBI single here in the 6th.
And Scott Landers is going to come out here as well, and tough to how much you go with the bullpen here. I think he was asking LeBlanc if he was okay.
Now batting, the shortstop.
But you wonder how bad, if this keeps getting worse for the Braves, do you risk it, just even using any more pitchers with a game tomorrow night, no off days until the day before the playoffs?
First pitch misses to Ryan Jackson over top his shoes, 1-0. Jackson comes in 1 for 2 tonight. A strikeout, a walk, and a single. 1-0. This one will sky high in the air, but will fade out of play down the first base side, 1-1. There's another lucky fan down the first base side. And he's going to toss it to a young fan. Here's a 1-1. Cut on and missed from Jackson, 1-2. One, two, Jackson bloops it out towards right field. That'll find a gap and drop and rolled down the line. Hines around third on his way to home. And going into second goes Jackson. It's now 12-0 Red Sox. Everything going their way, even for Ryan Jackson. Just off the slightest bit of the bat, loops over the head of Garrett Michelle.
Number 11, Theo Hardy.
And just drops into that free spot of green grass between Michelle and Diggs in shallow right field.
Everything working for YD. They're finding ways and just putting it on Bourne. Still only in the 6th.
First pitch to the 9-hitter, and Theo Hardy sails over the head of Bodine, but a nice ricochet off the brick behind home plate. Comes straight back to him. So Darby holds over at third.
And back to the pitchers for Bourne. At this 12-0 lead, if the Bourne offense can't get going, you just try to go as long as you can with LeBlanc, and you wonder if they use anybody else or they start to maybe go with position players.
1-0, swing and a miss. And it's 1-2 here to Hardy.
We know that Bryce Eblin can pitch.
Or excuse me, 1-1. We have seen Bryce Eblin, the lone position player, to pitch for Bourne this summer. 1-1 outside, 2-1. That came in the 14-3 win against Catuit. The 2-1 popped up out of play for third base side. Count evened at 2-2 with 1 away. There's Ebbs over at third. Two, line drive, and into center field for a base hit. Darby is in. Again, the stop sign at third is Ryan Jackson. RBI single for Theo Hardy. He finds free real estate out in center field. Makes it 13-0.
The center fielder from Gonzaga University, number 3, Enzo Apodaca.
And YD just continuing to hit the baseball, not stopping. Theo Hardy, we talked about it, a guy that had just a hit coming into the game. Picking up 2 here tonight. an RBI as well.
That's his third RBI this summer. First pitch cut and missed on by Apodaca, and it's 0-1. It's back to the top of the order. Oh, 1. And coming up empty on the fastball is Apodaca. It's 0-2. Apodaca has reached a couple of times on a walk and a fielder's choice. Saz also has a couple of flyouts on the night. Here's the 0-2. This one's flied out down the left field line. Hustling over is Peterson into foul ground. Is able to make the catch. Tagging from third and coming in to score is Jackson. The extra point is in, and it's 14-0. YD in the 6th on the sac fly from Enzo Apodaca.
Now batting, the catcher from Cal Poly Slow, number 7, Ryan.
Matt kind of just summed it up there, 14-0 YD. You get the out there, you're looking to just stop this inning right now. And the block, he's throwing strikes, he's just getting hit.
First pitch swing, a little blooper out to shallow center field. Crow to Grauer ranges back. He makes the catch for the third out as Stafford pops out to end the inning, but another 5 spot here in the 6th. It's 14-0, YD over Bourne here at Dorn Park on the Bourne Braves Broadcast Network. Back at Dorn Park here for the bottom of the 6th. It'll be Gage Harrelson, Bryce Eblin, and Jonathan Vastine due up in the bottom of the 6th, facing Finnegan Wall. The first pitch misses downstairs, 1-0. 14-0, the lead for YD over Bourne. 1-0, Harrelson flies it out left center field. Long run for the center fielder. Leaping is Apodaca, and he makes the catch on the warning track for the first out. Harrelson's been swinging a hot bat. Thought he had extra bases written all over it on that fly ball to left center field, but Enzo Apodaca says not so fast. Gets a tip of the cap from his pitcher in Finnegan Wall, and there's one away in the bottom of the 8th or bottom of the 6th. First pitch, Eblin comes up empty, and it's 0-1.
And a great play for Apodaca kind of just sums up once again everything going the way of YD. They're just making plays on both sides.
The 0-1. Bounces in 1-1 to Eblin. He's 0 for 2, a couple of strikeouts for him tonight. It's not been Bourne's night. 3 runners have gotten on. They all haven't advanced any further than first base. The 1-1 popped up out of play. Third base side, it's 1-2. One, two, misses, and it's 2-2. The 2-2, outside 3-2 to Eblin.
And what an outing it's been for Wall. This is kind of one of the longer counts he's been in. Has been so quick through the batting order.
2-2, full count, and it's popped up out of play, third base side by Bryce Eblin.
Yeah, and Bourne, it just comes up once again really in these last 10 games. It just, the inconsistency of the offense and now the pitching as well.
Full count, here's the pitch. Eblin line drive, and it's into right field over the head of a leaping Day. It's a 1-out base hit for Bryce Eblin. His hitting streak continues.
Now batting.
10 games now for Eblin.
Double digits.
Jonathan Bastine.
Haven't been a whole lot of bright spots for Bourne tonight, but Bryce keeps his hitting streak going, and Jonathan Bastine looking to follow it up here. And now we'll touch on this weird shift that they have on for the left-handed hitter in Bastine. First pitch finds the zone right at the knees, 0-1. In left field, there are 2 outfielders. The center fielder and Enzo Apodaca is lined up in the left center field gap. And the left fielder is right down the line, but it doesn't matter as Bastine finds a gap between the 5-6 hole on the left side of the infield. Drives it in for a base hit, back-to-back singles for the Bourne Braves. Puts runners on first and second as Camp Foster will pinch hit for Derek Bender.
Yeah, 3 outfielders, but it's 2 on the left side and then 1 in right center. All the room for Bastine.
Number 21, Cameron Foster.
Very, very weird shift. I've really not seen really anything like it, but Bastine does go the opposite way a ton. But to a lefty as well to really show him to go the opposite way. Not something you always see often.
First pitch to Foster. Clip straight back, and it's 0-1. Foster out of Liberty comes in with a .253 average, has 10 RBIs this season. Saw him and Nuke Contrades getting some reps over at first base before Katuitt and today. Now Foster comes into a spot to look to break the YD shutout, the 0-1. Catches the outside corner. Foster disagrees, and it's 0-2.
And definitely interesting to take out Benner. You wonder if it's a rest thing to keep his hamstring okay.
Foster fouls it straight back. We'll go again on another 0-2 count.
And it's been nice, though, for Bourne here to have Foster check in, who's been seeing the ball well, and just at least get them on the board.
The 0-2. Foster checks his swing, foul tipped, and it goes into the mitt of Stafford. 2 away on the 5th strikeout for Finnegan Wall.
Now batting, the catcher from Coastal Carolina, number 45, Caden Bodine.
Caden Bodine now comes up to bat. He's 1 for 2. Single back in the second was the first hit for Bourne. They're now up to 4 after back-to-back base hits from Eblin and Vastine. Shift on for Bodine, the second baseman and Day out in right field. First pitch strike on a fastball, and it's 0-1. The 0-1. Bodine fouls it straight back, and it's 0-2.
Pete Giuffreda also, he'll take some hacks as well. On the on-deck circle, you wonder if Bourne goes with any other substitutions. Hugh Pinckney is
He's in all his
full gear.
catches. Yep. Bourne making some changes here. The 0-2. Swing and a miss from Bodine. He goes down on strikes. So back-to-back base hits from Eblin and Vastine, and Bourne can't advance them any further. We'll have some special guests joining us here between breaks. Some Kid Camp MVPs. We got Swaggy joining us and Tyler, a.k.a. Doogie. How you guys doing tonight? Well, you know what, let's try and switch this up a little bit. Put our mics out here. How you guys doing tonight?
Good.
Who are your guys' favorite Bourne Braves players? Bodine, okay.
You like Swaggy?
Ryan Fisher.
Ryan Fisher, that's a good, he's another camp counselor. These are all four camps you guys made it to, right? Yes. Absolute beasts this week. What is your guys' favorite part about camp? Wiffle ball?
Same wiffle ball.
Wiffle ball. Wiffle ball's a fun time.
Do you think that if Ryan Fisher pitched to you in wiffle ball, would you be able to hit a home run?
Yes, sir.
Great confidence.
I love the confidence here.
This guy today.
Oh,
Like 4 of them.
wow. Doogie got
Man.
rocked.
Defensive substitutions.
That's a tough
now
look.
catching for the Braves.
Doogie was
Number
hitting all the
6,
home runs in
Hugh
camp. That's
Pinckney.
right, Doogie, right?
Yeah.
In
Obviously.
right field for the Braves, number 24, Pete Giuffreda.
I didn't get to. I wasn't any of the. I wasn't an umpire for any of Swaggy's games. Swaggy, you remember the lane train, right? The whole lane train here tonight.
Nope.
Oh, who's missing?
2 of my sisters and my brother.
Wow. So who among the lane train is here other than you?
My sister Juliet.
Oh, I see.
Do you guys want to give a quick Bourne Braves before we get back to the game? A quick go Bourne Braves?
Go Born Braves. Go Born Braves.
Sweet.
Now batting, the catcher from right.
We
right
appreciate
field,
them.
Number 26, Manny.
Now
Navarrete.
back from Dorn Park. See if the Bravos can get any luck with the helps of them. And the first pitch fouled back, and back goes flying here for a pinch hitter for the YD Red Sox. It will be Manny Garza, wearing number 26 out of Rice. He'll replace R.J. Austin in the order. YD up 14-0, 15 hits for them. It's been all Red Sox in this one. And nothing you really can do to stop them. Pete Giuffreda, he'll enter in this scheme as well. He'll play right field. And Hugh Pinckney now behind the plate for the Bravos. 0-1 to Garza's upstairs. So far in his summer, batting .263. His 10th game overall has made 6 starts. 2 doubles as well. LeBlanc's 1-1. This one fouled out of play. Still a packed house here from Dorn Park. Nice night for baseball. We talked about the weather at first pitch. Right around 84 degrees. Some fans and some kids freaking out for the foul balls. Always exciting to see here with some summer baseball in the Cape. LeBlanc's 1-2, just going to miss. And the Braves had base runners on once again. In that bottom half of the 6th, just Finnegan Wall, his night on the mound for YD. LeBlanc's 2-2. Garza fouls it back, and he stays alive. May not be the last few substitutions that we'll see for this YD Red Sox lineup. And you wonder how long Bourne throws LeBlanc. Do they let him just kind of ride this one out and save their pitching? The ready sets. The 2-2 pitch once again. This one foul tipped into the glove, strike 3. Max LeBlanc, a punch out, his second. And there's one away here in the top of the 7th.
Now batting, the right fielder from Stanford University.
Yeah, for Bourne
number
here, you're
15,
just
Braden
looking
Montgomery.
to find any sort of positives out of this game to carry over, whether it's a pitcher finding some momentum here in LeBlanc, but it's been tough all around.
Braden Montgomery, his night so far. First pitch, chopper first base side, and foul. Montgomery came to this game with only 1 RBI. Comes in the game with 3 hits tonight, has picked up 5 RBIs, has scored 3 times. He has not been stopped. 3-run home run as well. The 0-1 to him, it's upstairs.
Yeah, he's got a couple of doubles. The home run, 5 RBIs, 3 runs scored. I mean, that's 8 runs alone that have come off the bat or through the legs of Braden Montgomery.
1-1's inside from LeBlanc, makes it 2-1. We talked to our beat reporter, Mojo Hill, who just graduated from Oregon and has seen Montgomery in the Pac-12 and talked about the talent he's seen from him. Hit a home run against the Ducks. 2-1 pitch. This one's outside, makes it 3-1.
Yeah, Montgomery's just oozing with talent. It was so interesting to see in the offseason, especially the program Stanford has, to see him enter the portal.
3-1 pitch, hard ground ball, and just foul. Makes it full. Very strong program in the Pac-12 that is always around to compete. We talked about Montgomery and his chances in the draft and what he was projected as. Likely a first-round pick. Matt talked about his two-way ability. He's been one-way dominant here tonight. Full count. LeBlanc's offering. This one a high drive from Montgomery. Right field and deep. Trufreda going back at the warning track. He's looking up. Trufreda against the wall. He made the catch. Pete Trufreda checking in. Flashing the leather in right field. Finally, Robs Montgomery was looking for his second home run here tonight. And now 2 outs in the top of the 7th.
The designated hitter from Mississippi State University, number
Man, as
44,
if we didn't have
DJ
enough to say
Hines.
about Braden Montgomery, it looked like we were going to have to say more. And Pete Trufreda's there to make the catch.
First pitch to Hunter Hines, a wave and a miss. To go back-to-back, Montgomery and Hines. Hines, with already 10 home runs, has been here since day 1 for YD. And Montgomery, who's now turning it on as expected. Very dangerous duo. 0-1 pitch is low. But a nice read from Trufreda in right field, tracking that ball down towards the gap and at the fence. Pointed to the YD bullpen, giving him a little bit of a shout-out probably. 1-1, outside, makes it 2-1. Hines has reached base twice, singled and scored back in the 6th inning. Still looking for his first RBI tonight. LeBlanc's 2-1 pitch, cut on and miss from Hines, makes it 2-2. Bourne next inning will be Pete Trufreda to lead off in his first swings. The Braves only with 4 hits on their side and 1 error. LeBlanc, 2-2, check swing and just fouled back. Hines fooled but stays alive. No one warming up in the Bourne bullpen. YD, a few guys stretching out, but Finnegan Wall, very strong outing for him for the Red Sox. The 2-2 once again. The pitch, wave and a miss. Out in front was Hines. Third strikeout for LeBlanc in his second in the 7th. 3 up, 3 down. The first time we've seen that for the YD lineup since the first inning for Bryce Cunningham. But Bourne needed that one. 14-0, bottom 7 coming up, and the Braves back to home plate with the Lumber.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above. From the mountains to the prairies to the oceans wide with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home.
Bottom 7 here from Dorn Park. YD in front and in full command, leading 14-0. Win Scott, the new pitcher for the Red Sox, and some substitutions for them. Manny Garza, he's now catching. The former catcher Ryan Stafford, he's now in left. Pete Giuffreda, his first swing's pinch hitting. The first pitch is low. And now Garrett Ostander, he'll play second base, but a shift on here for YD. We talked about it. Hardy now at third base. He's at second. Now the 1-0 comes in. It's low, 2-0. So a lot of movement here for YD. Hardy still playing third base, but just talking about their shift. Giuffreda pinch hitting for Diggs. Lefty on lefty matchup, the 2-0. A big swing and a miss from Giuffreda. Makes it 2-1. Win Scott just finished his sophomore season at NC State. Made 7 appearances out of the bullpen. With a 3.38 ERA. Is 2-1. It's outside. First appearance here on the Cape for the Red Sox. Stands at 6'2". 3-1 to Giuffreda. Wave and a miss. Makes it full. Bourne with 4 hits, have yet to score a run. And Giuffreda looking to get back on track. Scott's 3-2. Giuffreda, a high drive, right field and deep. Shading over towards the gap and picked up is Montgomery. He'll throw this one in quickly. Giuffreda will stay at first. It's a leadoff single here in the bottom of the 7th. Nice to see for the Braves. Just their 3rd leadoff base runner tonight.
Now batting,
and just nice to see for Pete. It's been so long for him since he's had a hit. Has been on a major slump. He's had the lowest average coming in today out of all active players on the Bourne roster, and his last hit.
First pitch to Peterson's low.
His last hit was July 5th against Wareham here at Dorn Park.
Came into the game batting 182. The 1-0 to Peterson from Scott. Ground ball at shortstop. Jackson picks it up. Flip to second to Ostander for one. On to first. This one's not going to be in time. Peterson beats out the throw. It's a fielder's choice. Put out on the 6-4. Trufretta jogs back to the Bourne dugout. And once again, that's been the story tonight for YD.
From Virginia Tech, number 19.
Not letting consecutive base runners get on. Bourne has only got 2 consecutive base runners on tonight. That was in the 6th. Back-to-back singles for Eblin and Vastine. Peterson now at first base. Garrett Michelle steps in. First pitch, this one's low. Garza trying to find it. It's in front of him. And that shift once again for YD. Hardy from third base. He's up the middle. And the second baseman and Ostander in front of the outfield grass and right. A talk here as well for Garza and Scott. But Matt, for Pete Trufretta, we mentioned him, and before his slump, he was a major guy in the lineup, especially early on in the season when Bourne was still bringing new guys in. Batted first a ton, his ability to get on base, so many walks, and he was a kind of, you could say, an energizer bunny and a spark plug to the Bourne dugout as a whole. Still is, but just nice for him to get that back going.
Yeah, it's huge for any hitter. He's been here from the jump. Day one guy.
1-0 is low.
There was questions of whether he'd stay the full time, and he's been here for the long haul, just loves playing baseball. And, you know, he comes in ready to work every day.
2-0 pitch, dribbled foul from Michelle, makes it 2-1.
And John Topoleski over at third, the third base coach, when he was talking to me, you know, he's got his list of things that he tells the base runners or hitters, and there's Top over at third.
2-1, Michelle fouls it back, even at 2s.
And there's a handful of things, you know, hit and run, others, such and such. Majority of the times it's breathe, be a dude, or slow down. And the slow down's a big one for Pete because he just gets so amped up every game.
2-2 pitch, off speed, froze Michelle on the outside corner. First strikeout out of the pen for Win Scott. And there's 2 away in the bottom of the 7th.
Now batting, the shortstop from Rutgers University, number 13, Joshua Kuroda Grauer.
Tough night for Michelle. Another guy looking to get his bat going once again. Is struck out twice. JKG steps in. He's 1 for 2. Singled back in the 3rd. One of the 5 hits for the Braves. First pitch is low from Scott. And early on, the Bourne lineup, their bright spot outside of the heart of the order, as the 1-0 comes in, a called strike, it was the bottom of the lineup and how it turned over that Bourne offense. Lately, the bottom 3 hitters for the Braves have not been getting that production. And that's been tough for them. 1-1 is fouled out of play from Crota Grauer, makes it 1-2. Some more kids on that third base side enjoying their night here from Dorn Park. YD certainly enjoying theirs. 1-2 pitch, Crota Grauer, blooper, right side, and hooks foul. Crota Grauer came into this game batting .200. And we mentioned him as a Swiss Army knife on the defensive side, has been asked to play left field, and he did a good job. At shortstop here tonight, Vastine moving to second. A decision that shows confidence in Crota Grauer's glove because of what Vastine has been able to do at shortstop. The 1-2 pitch, hard ground ball, left side into left field for a base hit. Crota Grauer, his second hit here tonight. He's getting himself going. And 2 runners on for the Braves. Just the second time they've done that tonight, and it's the bottom of the order, Gage Harrelson.
Yeah, Bourne just trying to get runners on here.
Number 16,
Keep something going. Avoid a shutout. Bourne's been shut out 5 times this season, which leads the Cape League.
RBI chance for Harrelson, another lefty-on-lefty matchup. First pitch is hard, fouled back. Off the netting on the third base side, a bat boy will run out and grab that baseball. For Harrelson, 0 for 2. 2 hard hit balls tonight, a line out and a deep fly out to center. Scott looking to continue the strong outing for YD pitching, but Harrelson ground ball, third base side into left field, a base hit. Peterson gets the stop sign at third base. He almost went around it. Hardy picks up the cutoff throw from Stafford, and Peterson back to third. But back-to-back hits for the Braves. They're third on the inning. Bases now loaded. Harrelson, he'll notch his first hit. 7 hits now for the Braves. Just has produced to no runs. And can Bryce Eblin change that here? Doesn't have any of his batting gloves or his stuff on. Not sure if he forgot where it was in the order or was worried about something else.
Well, he was actually up in the bullpen.
Oh, so that's where things are going.
Yeah. Allie had sent text to us, and I saw him run back in. So a little delay for him getting his stuff on, and now he comes up to bat.
We brought up briefly during the 6th inning, Bryce Eblin has pitched. Does Bourne go that route? Not looking to burn too much of LeBlanc as a relief pitcher and not want to go into their pitching in a 14-0 game. Might have to pull up that Shohei Ohtani graphic that Joey Kurtz put together. Bases loaded here. The Braves looking to put their first runs on the board. Scott's pitch, Eblin just dribbled right in the batter's box. Picked up foul. And Eblin's pitches has the fastball that got up to 90 miles per hour, very close to it. His off-speed pitch needs some work, but not a bad option if you want someone to pitch as a position player. 0-1, Eblin, high drive, right field. Montgomery going back towards the YD bullpen, and he makes the catch in front of the wall and bounces into the wall. The Red Sox robbing everything from the Braves. You can see it on the face of Gage Harrelson right there. Bourne cannot buy a run. 14-0 YD after 7 innings of play here from Dorn Park. Will Bryce Eblin pitch? Who's on the mound? We'll find out when you return on the Bourne Braves Broadcast Network.
50-50 raffle.
Max LeBlanc back on the bump here on the top of the 8th inning. Bryce Eblin, a chance for a grand slam, but 4 on the board for the Braves. But Montgomery, a great catch at the wall and right, robs the Bravos once again. And YD looking for more. 15 hits on their night on 14 runs. It's been all Red Sox in this one. Here's Garrett Ostrander, first pitch to him. It's called strike in his first AB. Out of California Baptist, grew up in San Diego, California. Batting .250 so far in his summer. His 5th game has made no starts. He's been a guy off the bench. 0-1 pitch, blooped out right field, right at Pete Freda. He'll settle under it and make the catch for a quick out number 1. But Bourne so close. Matt and I were talking about it during the break. Bryce Eblin just a favorite, looking for him to get that home run, and how well he's done this summer, especially turning it around in just inches in right field. Here's Xander Darby. Has 2 hits so far tonight. First pitch popped foul out of play. Some scores around the league. We mentioned the importance of this game. If the Braves could win and the Gatemen could lose, it would clinch a spot for the Bravos in the playoffs. But the Gatemen beating Hyannis by 3 at the moment. 0-1 comes in, it's low. They were trailing 4-3, now in front. A 7-5 score at the moment against Hyannis. 1-1 pitch to Darby is upstairs, 2-1. The Gatemen not crawling away. And looking in the East Division as well. This win for YD could help them a good amount with the way that Orleans is playing at the moment. 2-1 pitches up and inside, 3-1. Orleans and Chatham tied at 2. The Firebirds 2 back over the Red Sox for that first spot in the East. LeBlanc's 3-1 pitch is up and outside, ball 4. Darby reaches base for the 3rd time tonight. And the Red Sox continuing to put base runners on. There's Brady Afton in the Bourne bullpen getting warmed up, so chances of Bryce Eblin maybe a little bit more slim to come in and pitch. And if you put Afton in just to get his routine going, maybe just an inning of work to keep his arm loose. First pitch to Ryan Jackson, popped up first base side, foul territory. Vastine sprinting over, he'll make the basket catch. Just letting this ball come down and showing that long hair flow with his hat coming off. 2 away.
Yeah, nice catch for Vastine, puts 2 away.
The third baseman
Top
from
of the
San
8th.
Jose State University, number 11, Theo Hardy.
Bourne just trying to keep it where it is, really. It's tough to find any sort of positive takeaways from a game like this.
First pitch to Hardy, lined up the middle and blooped into center field. Is down for a base hit. Theo Hardy came into this game struggling, batting .061. 3 hits here tonight. Everyone on YD is getting theirs.
Yeah, he came in with just 2 hits on the season through 10 games, and in his 11th game, he's picked up 3 base hits.
Enzo Apodaca.
Top of the order now for the Red Sox, it's Enzo Apodaca. YD 4 hits away from hitting that 20 mark at 16 at the moment. First pitch, Apodaca check swing, it's not going to matter. That one's in there. He's reached base twice tonight. Walked and scored in the 3rd, a sac fly as well in the 6th. LeBlanc's 0-1. This one low. But the Red Sox, that top team in runs allowed, now showing that their offense can join the party. 1-1 pitch is clipped foul. Very nice for YD. And Bourne's going to have to wait another night to take a weight off their back and know that they're heading to the playoffs. In a good spot right now, the Gatemen, they would have to really just win out, and Bourne would have to lose all their games. But the Braves just looking for that final win. 1-2 pitch, popped up high in the infield, foul territory towards the Bourne dugout. Bryce Eblin comes in, he makes the catch for out number 3. So another 0 here on the top for YD. They're still in front 14-0. Matt and I will talk some more about some scores around the league. Bourne, they're down against the Red Sox. Bottom 8 coming up here from Dorn Park. Lights fully on here at Dorn Park. The bottom of the 8th inning, YD in front. And a new pitcher on the mound for the Red Sox is Braden Montgomery. We talked about his two-way ability at Stanford, was playing right field. He's now on the mound. The hard-throwing righty has pitched 2 seasons at Stanford, a total of an 8.54 ERA. Has made 25 appearances, made 10 this past spring. 14 innings in 2023, 19 strikeouts for him on 11 walks. And a lot of movements around the infield for the Red Sox. Darby is now at third. Hines will play first, leaving the bench at DH. And Ostrander, who plays second base for an inning, is now in right field. So that's the movement around the infield for the Red Sox. Here's Jonathan Vastine. First pitch is inside from Montgomery. He has 5 RBIs tonight, and he's now on the bump. 1-0 pitch, 2-0 now to Vastine. Vastine 1 for 3, singled in the 6th inning. That was back-to-back hits for the Braves. Here's the 2-0, foul tipped from Vastine. Makes it 2-1. Montgomery's 2-1, bounces to home plate, makes it 3-1 here. And that shift on for YD and their outfield to Vastine. Left fielder in Stafford is towards the line. They bring the center fielder in Apodaca. He's in left center. And the right fielder in Ostrander is in right center field. Vastine, high drive, left center field. Apodaca, who is the center fielder, comes over. He'll make the catch in front of the warning track for out number 1.
Yeah, that shift put a major, I don't know, knot in my brain or threw me for a loop as I saw Apodaca coming from left to make the catch and the right fielder, and now Ostrander trying to go over and cover. I haven't seen a shift quite like that before.
First pitch to Cam Foster, a wave and a miss. Foster struck out in his first at-bat in the 6th, pinch hitting for Derek Bender in the DH spot. Montgomery's 0-1 pitch. Foster pops it up high on the air right side and towards foul territory. Hines and Day running over. They'll make the catch. That's out number 2. And this could be another 1-2-3 inning for YD. And give that player the game to Braden Montgomery if it goes to anyone. 5 RBIs on the offensive side. Now gets the pitch a little bit. But Finnegan Wall also an exceptional outing for him. His 7th start on the summer and another good one. Here's Hugh Pinckney, his first swings tonight. Called strike in the inside corner. Me and Matt's books, especially on the defensive side for YD, a lot of crossing out and writing new names. 0-1 pitch. This one's to the backstop.
Yeah, all the changes this inning, I didn't even bother. Yours looks like
a coloring book for a 2-year-old.
Yeah, there's a lot going on.
I'll tell you this, I was not the best color or just artist as a whole.
No. Not.
I would just scribble and make certain lines. 1-1 pitch, Pinckney, ground ball, right side. Picked up at second base from Day. A long throw to first from the outfield. It's not in time. An infield single for Hugh Pinckney. That's been a bright spot for Bourne. Pinckney has gotten it going a lot more of late. And picks up a hit tonight in his only at-bat.
Would you consider that an infield single?
The right fielder from Rutgers
Because it gets the outfield.
Pete Chufreda.
I think since it's picked up by the infielder
Yeah.
at second base.
That's that's
I
what
never
the
thought
shift-
about that.
The shifts do that to you. It makes you wonder.
Here's Pete Chufreda. Another substitution for the Braves, the second AB. First pitch is upstairs. Chufreda singled, which we talked about, big for him. Came into the game just batting above 180. Nice to see him get going. The on-base percentage has been up for him, but down of late. Looking to get him up and rallied up in the Bravos lineup. This one low as well, 2-0 to Giuffredo. There's Brady Afton still getting loose in the Bourne bullpen. Kind of just maybe using this outing if he comes to pitch in the ninth just as a bullpen type day, as he would do on an off day. Swing and a miss there from Giuffredo makes it 2-1. But Matt mentioned would be the 5th time the Braves have been shut out, most on the Cape. And down 14-0 here. Loss is definitely brewing, but Bourne just looking to get a run at the very least. Pinckney was that 8th hit. He's off first base. There he is with that 2-step lead. Montgomery's long look in. The 2-1. Giuffredo, big hack and a big wave. 2-2. A lot of high-scoring games here tonight throughout the Cape as well. We've seen 3 teams get to double digits. 2-2 pitch is upstairs. Harwich is up there in the double-digit amount. Falmouth just a blowout over Katuitt. That one was truly a football score. This one obviously would kind of be a defensive battle. The YD offense scoring 2 touchdowns. Pinckney going on the 3-2 pitch. This one's low. Giuffredo jogs down to first base. First and second for the Braves. Sam Peterson will step in.
Now batting, the left fielder from the University of Iowa, number 23, Sam Peterson.
Sam Peterson, a fielder's choice in the 7th inning. The Braves faithful have stuck around here to watch this game through. A lot of hype coming into this one on Redshirt Friday. First pitch to Peterson. He ducks low. But not the start that Bourne wanted, and it's not going to be the finish. We touched on it during our Tomahawk talk. Bryce Cunningham on the mound always gives the Braves a chance to win. Not his best start, not the absolute worst. But the Red Sox continue to tack on towards the Bourne bullpen, and the offense never got it going. 1-0 pitch comes in a called strike. Bourne will be back in action tomorrow. They'll take the road and a long trip to play against Chatham. Facing off against 2 East teams on back-to-back nights for the final time in the regular season. 1-1 to Peterson's inside, a check down, and Garcia says that Peterson held up. Black sky, lights on. Not a lot of wind here from Dorn Park. Two-one pitch. Peterson just smoked this one foul towards the parking lot in left field. And YD after this one will take the season series against Bourne 3-1. Bourne took that first meeting on June 21st here. And then YD will proceed to take the next 3. And win 2 in the month of July. 2-2 pitch, almost hits Peterson, just ducks low. Count now full. Eight RBIs for Peterson, looking for at least the 9th right here. Pinckney still stands off second, Giuffredo off first base. Montgomery that look at second. Full count, runners go once again, and they both advance. Base is now loaded for the Braves. Still 2 outs, Montgomery trying to just work through this inning and the traffic that's been put on base. Garrett Michelle steps in.
Now batting, the first baseman from Virginia Tech, number 19, Garrett Michelle.
Mound visit here. Cameron Trudel, the pitching coach, talking to his guy in Montgomery. looking to just bear him down in a 14-0 game. The Red Sox have one guy throwing in their bullpen in right field. Bourne still getting after him loose in left. May see him for the 9th and maybe the final time that the Braves take the field in this one. But Garrett Michelle would be a nice time to get his slump out of bay. 0 for 3 tonight and 2 strikeouts. Has the bases loaded. Montgomery sets, fires, first pitch upstairs. .22 wins for YD if they can come out victorious in this game. And they put themselves a nice top overall in the Cape. This one upstairs to Michelle as well. Third best team overall, Cotuit with 26 wins in the West, Hyannis with 23. But this YD team, 21. 2 tough losses coming into this one, 10-3 against Cotuit and 8-0 against Hyannis, the 2 other top teams, but have bounced back a large amount in a big way. 2-0, way outside, 3-0, and Bourne might get their first run and walk it in. Won't be an RBI picked up for Michelle, but that run on the board, at the very least, for the Braves. Montgomery's pitch comes in, called strike. A chance for him to work back. Pigney still waits off third. Giuffreda off second base. Peterson off first. That shift on a little bit for the YD outfield. Apodaca in left center. 3-1, Michelle waving a miss. There's the heater from Montgomery. Full count once again. Can he win it this time? Still some cheering here from Dorn Park. Not looking to get shut out. Payoff pitch, inside corner, called strike 3. Montgomery gets Michelle looking. He loads the bases on a single and 2 walks, but Bourne still not being able to have a runner cross home plate. After 8, here from Dorn Park, 14-0 YD, led to the 9th here on the Bourne Braves Broadcast Network. The 9th from Dorn Park. There's Brady Afton. He's on the mound. The right-hander out of UConn has been a bright spot out of the Bourne bullpen this summer. A 2.25 ERA. He's 2-0. This will be his 8th appearance. Has gone 12 innings so far for the Braves. 13 strikeouts to 6 walks. Matt and I talked about it for him And there's Jack Nelson, Ali Navarrete, a few of our interns, as you can see there on the camera. But for Brady Afton, as we talked about, a lot of these guys, when they have their outings, they take a few days off and work their bullpens once again. Landers just looking to get Afton warm and relegated back here on the bump. He'll face Ryan Stafford. First pitch, it's outside, 1-0. Stafford has scored twice, has a hit so far tonight. You'll hear that a lot from this YD order. Afton's 1-0 pitch. Wave and a miss. There's Jay Nelly once again, talking to Jenna Beth Ferguson. Doing a nice job on the camera to spot Jay Nelly. 1-1 pitch. High fly ball, shallow center field. Harrelson comes in, camps under it. Out number 1. And Matt, I was thinking about it during this half inning. Liam O'Neill, our PA announcer, and when Derek Bender does the aux during BP, Dorn Park has really been known as some of the best music aux for batting practice pregame and in-game music. And I think that by far it's the best.
Yeah, I got to give Liam full credit. I think he's got the best aux game, I think, in the league. He just knows the different
first pitch in there to Garza.
Different types of vibes that he wants to work with. He just sticks with a certain genre and era of music when he's rolling with certain songs.
0-1 pitch, flown out left field. Peterson jogs in towards the line. He'll camp under it once again. 2 outs. And it's nice to have that kind of music because I've been at many ballparks, not going to name them, but just more sadder music pregame and, people just turning on anything that's on their phone for their aux. But when you have that ability, that power to have the music bumping through your phone on the speakers at a ballpark, you have to become very prepared. And Liam does a great job. Derek Bender does a great job. You need that hype music that gets people excited to be out here and get ready for a baseball game. First pitch to Montgomery is fouled back.
Yeah, I can appreciate it because I think this summer, I don't think I've heard Sweet Caroline once at Dorn Park. And I know everyone loves Sweet Caroline for baseball, but, I hear it all the time while I'm at Penn State because it's played at every sporting event.
Montgomery check swings, 0-2.
I don't know what it is, but Penn State loves playing Sweet Caroline.
Red Sox games.
Yeah, I think it's just
Yep.
If I hear it at every baseball game I go to, I might go insane. So I like the break from it. I love the song. I think it's a great sing-along song. It gets people going, but if it's used too much,
Yep, just overplayed.
I lose my mind. But I haven't heard it to my memory.
0-2 pitch, wave and a miss. Brady Afton, a 1-2-3 inning out of the bullpen. Picks up a strikeout. Nice to see for the right-hander out of Connecticut. And we'll head to the bottom of the 9th here from Dorn Park. The Braves trail the Red Sox 14-0. Bottom 9 here from Red Shirt Friday. The Red Sox looking for win number 22 and to hop off their 2-game losing streak. They'll hand the ball to Max Banks, the righty out of Chapman University. So far in his summer for the Red Sox, not the appearances that he has wanted. This will be his 6th appearance. Has gone 5 1/3 innings pitched. Has allowed 10 earned runs, excuse me. So this Bourne lineup, if there was ever a chance, it could be right now.
The shortstop from Rutgers
But a lot of runs to chase
University,
after Bourne may just be looking at tomorrow against Chatham. Hitting the road and will face off against the Anglers for the final time as well in the regular season. It's 8-9-1, Josh Krutograuer, Gage Harrelson, and Bryce Eblin due up. First pitch here from Banks to JKG. Fastball in there for a strike. Solid night for Krutograuer. If there's a bright spot for anyone in the Bourne lineup, it goes to him. 2 hits in 3 at-bats. 0-1 pitch, Krutograuer. High fly ball center field. Apodaca going back, settles under it, and he'll make the catch for a quick out number 1 in YD. 2 outs away. Gage Harrelson will now step in here.
Now batting, the center fielder from Texas Tech, number 16, Gage Harrelson.
Bourne in Chatham tomorrow is 7 p.m. first pitch from Veterans Field. And back to the scoreboard, Wareham and Hyannis, they're tied at 7. First pitch to Harrelson is low and inside. A game in the West Division means a lot. Actually, Hyannis just taking an 8-7 lead at this very moment. Banks' 1-0 pitch to Harrelson, low and inside. A big game for the Gatemen, looking to crawl back on that slim chance of making that 4th playoff spot. Hyannis just inching closer and trying to catch up to Katuitt, but hold themselves in that 2 spot. Thanks to Harrelson, the 2-0. It's upstairs, 3-0. Elsewhere around the league, big win for Falmouth. We touched on that, 27-2 against Katuitt. Pushing themselves above Bourne. Closer to 2 games now. 3-0, it's in there. So what that means here for the Braves, most likely, when and if they make the playoffs, they'll be that 4 seed. And as things are shaking out right now, a chance for them to play Katuitt in the first round. 3-1 pitch. It's fouled out of play from Harrelson and off the window of the school. Nice fans here on the third base side having some fun, some claps from the families. A dad is on the ground grabbing that ball.
He was going all out for it.
3-2 pitch. Harrelson clips this one foul. More fans run down towards the parking lot. That's always the good thing about a baseball game, especially summer baseball in a place like Dorn Park. A lot of range for foul balls. No, really, a lot of woods nearby. A lot of land, so you can chase out and run. 3-2 pitch. Off speed's going to miss. Harrelson jogs down to first base. Second time he'll reach the bags tonight. And Bourne with a 1-out base runner.
Now batting, the third baseman from the University
in the
of
East
Alabama,
Division,
number 9, Bryce Eblin.
YD not in full control of first place, as we talked about. Orleans and Chatham tied at 2. Orleans trailing the Red Sox by 2 games for that top spot. Harwich and Brewster will be that 3-4. Chatham really out of contention in that final spot. First pitch here to Bryce Eblin's upstairs. Bryce was warming up the pitch, but just sticking with the bat and the field tonight. 1-0 pitch, Eblin ground ball, second base side. Picked up from Day. No one rolls under his glove and into right field. Harrelson to second. Bryce Eblin, he'll clip up to first. And extending his hit streak once again. He did it already in the 6th inning to 10 games. Picks up another hit here tonight.
From Vanderbilt University, number
9
2,
knocks
Jonathan
for the Braves.
Backstein.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what time, what point of the game you're in, the score. Bryce Eblin's going to give you everything he's got. Thought he was going to have his first home run of the season, but Montgomery ranging all the way back up against the wall to make that catch in the 7th.
Time called here from Garza, talking to his pitcher in Banks. But very crucial to see Eblin hitting the ball like this. and a little bit of an absence of Derek Bender in the lineup lately. Had the hamstring injury, got taken out here tonight for Cam Foster. So Eblin, someone to take that place of a consistent hitter in the order. We've seen Vastine, we've seen Bodine. It's that third guy, and Eblin kind of adding into him. And when Bender is consistently back in the lineup, that's 4 guys as your first 4 hitters that are just so dominant. First pitch to Vastine's a swing and a miss.
Yeah, and for Eblin, in that 10-game hitting streak now, 5 of them have been multi-hit games, which just speaks volumes to what he's done late in this season. Yes, he doesn't have a lot of – he only has the 1 extra base hit, but –
0-1 is low. Garza just blocks it.
It just – you can't complain about a player that just gets on base, even if they are just all base hits, but he's got 18 RBIs to go with them. Someone that you have come up and there's runners on, you just feel confident when he steps up.
It's Eblin and Harrelson on the bags. Vastine in a 1-1 count. Banks his pitch. Vastine blooped right back at the shortstop and picked up and stepped on second base. And that will do it here from Dorn Park. Hardy with an unassisted double play. And the YD Red Sox, they take the season series over Bourne 3-1. They win their first here on the road against the Braves, 14-0. 16 hits for YD as an offense. And they'll pick up their 22nd win of the summer. The Braves, they'll move to 500. Matt, not a lot of positives you could take away from tonight. Just a brutal loss for the Braves. That's the simplest way to put it.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot of ways to sugarcoat it. This was an ugly game for the Braves, and you got through those 2 innings. You felt confident. The third came around, you put up 3, and you're still like, oh, it's okay. It's all right. It's still 3. It's a long game. And then you get to the middle innings, 4, 5, and 6, and YD just broke it wide open. And Braden Montgomery, a big part of that. His 5 RBIs. The home run really felt like the nail in the coffin for Bourne. That 3-run shot in the 4th to center field, that just buried him at that point. And YD consistently just continued to produce. And Bourne, they got runners on, but they weren't able to find a way to bring them in. And right now, you just got to wipe this from your memory. It's almost like that Falmouth loss heading into the All-Star break, but now you're heading into those final stretch of games, and you just got to put this one behind you. And Ted Lasso says it best. You got to have a memory of a goldfish for this one. Just put it behind you and move on to the next.
The sun will rise tomorrow, and it'll be a new day for the Braves, playing some more baseball at Veterans Field against Chatham. It'll be a 7 p.m. first pitch. Matt and I will be on the call, as always, with Ali Navarrete, and we'll say our thank yous here from Dorn Park. An amazing broadcast done for Jeremy Gay and Hazel Hallis, our camera operators. Joey Kurtz, he's in there doing the producing. Ali Navarrete on the sideline. You heard Mojo Hill, our beat reporter on Before the Bravos. That's Matt Scalzo. I'm Cam Manna. YD victorious here from Dorn Park. 14-0 is the victory. We'll see you tomorrow at Veterans Field, but for tonight, so long from Dorn Park.